All the time, such aggravation, living with the hurry. Gonna be my ruination. Living with the hernia. Got to have an operation. Wow. Live with a hernia. Guess I can put that on mute.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Scruff Dog Live After Clive show. We are back. We got a bunch of stuff to do tonight. Appreciate everybody stopping by. If you're just joining, clear your throat and check to make sure you're live. If you want to follow along with the rest of us, let me get my screen all sorted out because it is a fucking mess. There we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome, and welcome, also welcome the Gaggle of Goofballs, my little channel homies. We actually have two new ones, Gas Masher and Herbert Trouser Fancy. Welcome to the insanity, and welcome everybody. Let's start real quick. We'll do our first toast, and then we'll kind of get into it a little bit. Toast for everybody stopping by, toast to Clive, and toast to the Gaggle, and there's Christian with a whole lot of my emojis. What's up, Echo? Kevin Hardesty, Liz Edwards, the Queen of Fire, is here. We will be having our usual 545 ThermoWhoofle on the Woofle, on the on the Infrared P2 Pro. Besides that, kind of similar format. We do a toast at the top of the hour. We do some sort of woofle every half hour. 6:05, so in like a half hour, we do like some space news stuff. 6:35, we're doing a device spotlight. Next week, we're doing a pet spotlight. And we do toasts and woofles and fires, and we say hello, and we just bullshit for a little while and just have fun. All right, let's see. DC Allen retracted something. Good talk. Lock Watcher, what's up? Welcome, Early Crew, which is Joe Russ, Gas Masher, Franco Walker, and wait, I think I did that in Joe Russ, Phil in the Kitchen, Franco Walker, Gas Masher. And if you're wondering who they are, they're like a little group, and Liz Edwards and Ron Ona jumps in there. Sometimes Christian Harold, but they kind of float from live stream to live stream as they are available, and they just kind of hang out in the chat. Pretty neat, pretty cool. What's up, Big Clive? Welcome. Let's see. Plans for tonight. In about an hour, we're going to take this apart. This is my, wow, how old is this? 6 or 7 year old dehumidifier that just stopped working for no apparent reason. Power supply in it is just fine. Well, we're going to crack this open and see what we can see. Worst comes to worst, I'm sure it's got good parts. Or maybe we can figure out what's wrong with it, because the power supply is just fine. I found a couple things as I was cleaning out the basement. We'll get to that in a little bit. Looks like an air fryer. It does kind of look like an air fryer. That is true. But I guess it kind of fries the air there, Liz Edwards. Sort of, kind of, with that big old heat sink on there. All right. I'm going to go ahead and hit my vape here. If you're new here, I do cannabis and coffee instead of beer and liquor. Just what I do. Rocking it out. And this is strawberry cream. Really tasty from Fused. Will there be pussies? Asks 404. Yes, there are currently no kitties on the cat cam. And there's the little fountain from the thumbnail, but I will keep an eye on the cat cam and slide it over. And then in about an hour and 20 minutes or hour 25, we actually do treats for the cats, and you get to see at least 3 of them. Sometimes Spaz doesn't come in, but the other 3 come in. But yeah, if I see anybody walk over, I will slide it on over. Neat bear trim, says the Frost Giant. It's getting to the, if you're talking about my beard, it's kind of getting to that point of length where it's like kind of like long enough to fly out, but not quite long enough to lay. So I'm getting back into getting it a little more oiled up. We could do a constant live stream switchovers right around the globe, says the Fresh. We could, I bet if we timed it just right, we could probably like work one of that out. Like everybody wants the 24-hour live stream. I bet if we all worked it out, we could do like 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, and everybody just ticks the box. Like, what was that? Was it Hands Across America or something in the 90s? They tried to do that. Everybody held a hand like from coast to coast. We could do that stream to stream. Live Aid was the concert. I think there was something else with that Hands Across America thing. Looks like a Peltier device is mystery technology. I'm pretty sure it is exactly that. It's 23 watts. I can see, I believe that's a little fan right there. That might have a little 80 millimeter or 60 millimeter fan in it. But yeah, it's probably a Peltier. That's what I'm expecting to see anyway. Craig Matthews, welcome to the insanity. Welcome to the Gaggle of Goofballs. If you're curious, that is my channel membership thing. You get like early access to videos, some exclusive videos, and it's like stuff from work, backstage, around the house, cat stuff, stuff that doesn't really fit the theme of the channel, but kind of does, and just gets kind of dumped there. And you get like chat stuff and all that. It's all right. $1.99. Rocco Rizzo says, yes, it was Hands Across America. I kind of remember that. I feel like, I don't know if I think I was in middle school when they tried that. And I can't honestly remember if they were completely successful or not. I do believe they claim they were, but I also believe that there were people saying that, I can't really remember. 2 minutes to the ThermoWhoofle. Oh yeah. After we, actually, well, 2 minutes, that's just about enough time. I grabbed my Woofler collection. So here's the standard Woofler that you see. And then here's the outdoor Woofler, which you have also seen. And don't mind the shaking, I have horrible nerves. So this is the 100 millimeter Woofle that I do outside. I'm not doing that inside. And then I have, it's kind of heavy too. And then there's like a standard, like early version of a revised Woofler. And then I have like the Woofler with a lid. And when you open it up, if you look inside, there's a tiny Clive head in there. There you go. And in the bottom is, and this doubles as a base for your butane. I guess I should post that link. I'll post it after we, well, actually, that only took a minute. Let me go to 3D Woofler files right there. Copy and paste. If you want to print that, you shouldn't. It's horribly dangerous. I recommend never printing that. You'll blow up. I'm not responsible if you blow everything up. All right, let's play with some fire. Let's see, it's 5:44, so I can slowly gather things. Goofballs drove 6 hours on a rental car to go buy a new car, only to find out that Hertz wants to charge me for $3,000. Oh, to drop off at another location. I've heard of that shit. Makes no fucking sense. Like, they're zinging them cars back and forth all the time. That is insane. I am sorry to hear some dumb shit like that is happening. We'll give a woofle to Shapoople for his issues with bitchy fucking rental cars. Where's the thermal? Thermal. What's up? Oh, wow. Wow, my fingers are fucking... my hand? Yeah, I guess they are kind of cold, huh? Alright. Ain't that cold. What do my feet look like? Yeah, my toes are cold. Alright. Where are we at? There we go. Let it recalibrate real quick. Ooh, come on, Woofler. Trying a different mixture of soup. There we go. Might need a little more water in there. Or actually maybe a little less. Let's go for number 2. Come on, baby. There we go. And we will do a... Oop, where's the glass? We will do a VertoWhoofle. Lost a little bit of hair on that one. Oh, that's fine. Alright. We'll do a VertoWhoofle at the half. What's up, Rob? Let's... I still haven't come up with a good mount for that yet. I think I'm going to wait. Like, it's kind of just sitting there held in place by the wire, the thermal cam, because I got to take it on and off when because I use it at work too. Well, I have it available to use at work if I need it. But I may wait maybe like next year. Hopefully they'll have like a better version, like them or was it Top Don? Like the software I'm using is from a different company from Infrared, but they just happen to make a Windows version. But I'm thinking I may be able to leave this one on at some point, make a permanent mount for it, if I just go buy a better one for work. You're welcome, Shapoople. And this is, look, I know instant coffee isn't best, but I get, sorry, I do that a lot if you're new. I get Folgers instant because it's actual coffee, not that chemical makeup. I find it hilarious that a chemical makeup called instant coffee is generally cheaper than just actual coffee. But I use Folgers instant, and then I put in like special dark stuff, a little bit of creamer. Sometimes I'll just dump a whole packet of hot chocolate in with the coffee, like this thing here. It's like super like choco coffee thing to keep me awake. MK asks, Scruff, have you tried the Eureka brand of vapes? I don't think they're in Maryland. If they are, they aren't at Health for Life, which is where I go. For all your cannabis needs. Not sponsored, just, they're close, they're good. I can ride my electric scooter there if I need to. Liz Edwards says, can you please tell me more about the Goofballs? Will. So kind of like Clive, has Patreon, I do the same thing. Like one early access video that'll be coming out this Wednesday, since I'm not doing like a game stream, is going to be me just walking around following the cats for a couple minutes with the thermal cam. So you get like stuff like that, and then like you'll get stuff from work that wouldn't necessarily be put on the public. Like it's not violating an NDA, but it might be enough for someone to like frown upon, you know what I mean? So I put that stuff back there, a couple ranty videos, stuff like that. I'm building it up right now. It's only been active for like a week and a half-ish. We'll see how it goes, but I think so far it's going pretty good. I will occasionally release like member preview videos as well. just so everyone can kind of see what's up. And I do appreciate. I feel like, did I miss one? I did. So gas manager, Craig, Mr. Planet Man, $5. I guess that's Canadian. I'd tell you a joke about UDP, but you might not get it. Ha ha. I TCP what you're saying. Okay. Noise. I gotta watch that more. Did that happen like while I was woofling, maybe? No, it didn't. I'm getting better at this stuff. Let's see. I have my list of stuff. Oh, like another video, like I just released, feeding Orihime, like the whole, what was it, like 11, 12 minutes. Stuff like that. I see. I explained the early crew. Oh, one thing I thought was funny. When Herbert or when anybody joins the goofball, like if you right click on them, like one of the first things you can do is ban them from the channel on the like has joined the channel message. I just find that hilarious that YouTube's first inclination on someone joining your channel is to ban them. That seems different to me. Let's see. For those that had asked, when my parents came over Sunday, everything was cool. We got Chinese food. He got shrimp egg foo young, not beef, and wonton soup. And we all hung out, watched some stuff on MB. Like that's like, you know, your own personal Netflix, kind of like Jellyfin and Plex. So we watched some stuff on MB. We kind of hung out, had a good time. It was cool. No big deals there. Christian Harold, Scruff Dog, that banning feature was implemented because of me. Well, that's good. That's good. It's good to be known for something. Mystery Technology, that's called a redneck mocha. God damn right it is. And I've been drinking redneck mochas or whatever you want to call them for years now, and that's nice. Craig Matthews, electric scooter, is that one of the things that blows all the time from the dodgy Chinese batteries? I actually have an actual Segway 9-bot scooter, not like one of the weird ones. And I've tweaked the firmware on it and messed around with it. Like, it is scary as shit. Being on a scooter, going 20 miles an hour, and realizing you're going 20 miles an hour and then going, oh shit, I ain't even got a helmet on, I ain't got gloves on, all I gotta do is hit a shadow wrong, and I am zinging. So I try to keep it around 15. I haven't programmed it in so long, I don't even know if I remember how to. Oh, and for those that are still here, tomorrow, as soon as this stream is done, I'm going to release the link for, we will be flying Mavis tomorrow at Loch Raven Reservoir, and damn. We've flown there a couple times before. Signal usually isn't an issue, but I'm going to get there a little bit early and open up Open Signal. If you've seen that app, it kind of helps you figure out where towers are. I'm going to make sure I'm in a pretty good spot, so that we can avoid some derpentine. Yeah, I have no idea. Don't mind me. I'm just weird. Oh, pardon me. Can the audience ban the channel creator? Technically you can't, but I think it would be brilliant if you could. Yes, the Frost Giant, yes. A garbled user, I roast my own coffee. I've considered that. That might be something I'm going to do a little down the road, get some of this other stuff done, sorted out, get to the end of the year. Then my financial situation will be improved, and then I can really start doing some upgrades, some updates, I guess. Camp Coffee, always to be found at Kaylee's General Store if you dig deep, says Tony Pate or Pate. For me, Camp Coffee is I will get like a coffee filter, tie it up, put coffee grounds in it and just kind of tie it together like a tea bag with like, little twisty ties or something. I have a stainless steel 2 quart like water thing with a plastic lid. Take the plastic lid off. I will fill that thing with water, put the coffee in there, and just stick it in the campfire and just let it boil for a while. That is some of the nastiest, harshest, thickest, most delicious camp coffee. Like it definitely, pardon the expression, it definitely puts the lead in your pencil, if you know what I mean. Pretty good stuff. The government, Franco Walker says, the government is banning electric scooters from public places over here in the UK. I've heard for like years the UK's kind of had a thing against scooters, which kind of seems odd to me because I thought the UK was pretty good on like emissions-y stuff, and it seems like electric scooters would help with emissions-y stuff. You know what I mean? So I don't know that I quite get that. Garbled user says boiling coffee drives off all the softer flavors. Oh yeah, it definitely, absolutely does. Yeah. Rob Worrell. McDonald's coffee is great for the money. I get McDonald's coffee almost every workday. Randy, 1979, Vice Admiral Tiger. Their aunt had a percolator. She left it plugged in, and the gunk in it was rank. She left it plugged in for 8 hours. Oh, that gets past the point where it goes to like the tar sludge down to like something you might find roaming the back rooms. Good Lord. DC Allen does not fancy the coffee that is shed out by some animal. That was that. I know it's, does that monkeys that poop it out, or some animal that like eats the coffee and then craps it out? Yeah, I've heard of that. I'm not. I can't say I'd want to try that. I feel like I may have had the opportunity at some point, but I passed because I used to go to like tea houses every once in a while. Chipmunk says, we are in one of those cities that is part of an experiment with licensed scooters. Just a bunch of idiots just derping around. Christian Harold says, speaking of backrooms, tell any new people here about the game content they can expect. Well, I play a lot of KSP and Doom stuff, and I've been playing liminal, like backroom style games. In a week and a half, I'll be doing Poppy Playhouse Chapter 2, and then we're going to do a poll at the beginning of it and see what version of Doom you want me to run through after Poppy Playhouse. Or maybe Poppy Playhouse and another liminal game kind of deal, or some horror thing, and then Doom. So I just kind of derp around, like playing games, just like every other Wednesday. Oh, and Legos. Yeah, I got, that right there. We just did that Lego. That's the Moon Rover and the Moon Helicopter. And then I have the space station, which we'll be doing in 3 weeks. I get the next Wednesday is the another liminal / game night, and then the Wednesday, every other, blah, blah, blah. The next live Wednesday will be the International Space Station. That may actually fall on Halloween, because I am doing a Halloween night live stream. Like, it would normally be that Wednesday. I'm going to move it to Tuesday and just kind of derp around on Halloween night. The backroom, Clive says, the backroom videos always get me with the jump scares. They get pretty good. Like, I watch some of the ones that are made with the games that they cinematize, and then some of the original ones are good when, especially when you get different takes on the bacteria or the entity. I was really bummed that we didn't find any entities. Apparently there is one in Dreamcore, the one that's all about pools. We just didn't find it. I think I was literally one room away from it. And I don't know that there is actually a actual entity in the complex. I think it's just a bunch of like shit around the corners to make you think there's something there. So I don't know. Rifleman says opium poppy playhouse. Well, if like someone could give me some opium, I've never tried opium. That would like actual opium. So I mean that would be interesting. There were no jump scares in that pool bathhouse. The one there was that statue standing there that kind of got me a little bit. Of that like thing that looked like Garfield with like spray paint on it. Britt says the Lego ISS is okay, but there's so much artistic license in there. Looking at mine, yeah, I actually have. If you after we do the Lego space station up here, these two box. Oh, hold on, shit. One moment. Bing. Forgot to turn that on. Oh. Snake. Sorry, girl. But up by, those two are actual LED lighting kits for the space station and the rover. We'll be doing those as well. Yeah, clang tank, a tank clank. I had a pretty good time doing the Legos. The International Space Station, that's only 800 some pieces. So that'll be, I kind of looked at a couple of times on the other live streams, and it seems like that should only take 2 or 3 hours. So we'll just kind of rock with that, and we'll just plan on doing that in one night. And then we'll do another live stream where we put all the lighting kits together, because that may take a little while. I don't think there's any soldering involved, but I am actually going to look at the instructions ahead of time for once instead of just, guessing. And hey, it's 6:02. So we need a top of the hour toast. And then we'll step into more spacey news. I guess we'll go from rover and space station to like touch into a little bit of the spacey news stuff. Let's see. Hey, Scruffdog, what moments in 2016 makes the hair of your back so, I guess, Doom 2016? Ah, yeah, Doom. Ah, Christ, I haven't played that in years. I know there were a couple good spots. I like it. The intros always are nice. Just when you start hearing the music kick in, like that's always pretty sweet. Read the instructions. You're no friend of mine, says Mouse. Well, sometimes you just want to make sure. If you're about to go live, kind of want to make sure you're not going to sit here looking like a doofus. Well, I'm sorry, more of a doofus than you normally would. But yeah, cheers to, cheers to Mouse. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Go ahead and throw your flashy stuff links up. Like here's a flash. This is one of Mouse's badges. That's a Minnie Mouse pewter, and there's like mouse stars in there. And some of those mouse stars will end up being around this when I hang this from the ceiling. So cheers to Mouse. Sorry to hear you had a bad week. But that's never cool. All right, we got that coming soon. We got space news coming up. Oh, someone mentioned ATM machine, well, an ATM. Which is funny, we call it an ATM machine, but it's automatic teller machine. So we're saying automatic teller machine. Something to think about. But yeah, I don't know the last time I've actually used one here either. As a matter of fact, it wasn't until like when I go to the dispensary to get cannabis, I was just paying with cash because since it's still federally illegal, like it's kind of hard to do like credit cards and shit. But then they came up with an electric payment service called, what do I use? Leafly? Was it I use one of them, Leafly or Canopy or one of them. But it's like direct connection to your bank account, PIN, protection, yada, yada. But I noticed after I switched to that, I never got any cash again. And the only reason I figured out that that was the only thing I was carrying cash for is the next time I went to get cannabis, I didn't have any tip money on me because I always took the tip money out of the cash that I had gotten out of the bank, or like, well, not gotten out of the bank. Like when I would go to grocery store, you ring it up. Do you want to keep some cash out? I'd go, yeah, give me, keep cash out. You get a little bit here, a little bit there to store up for, save up for cannabis. But now that I don't carry cannabis or cash for cannabis, I don't need cash at all. Now the only reason I carry it is so I can tip my bud tender. It's interesting when you figure out that, like, I have no use for cash at all except for tipping at this point. It's kind of weird when you figure that out. So just throwing that out there as a thing. Actually, when I was cleaning out the basement this morning, I found a couple of my old like ATM cards, and I was like, oh, like literally dusty. Like I carry a bank card with me, but I had like one of the old ones, and it was just like, I have no use for this anymore. It's weird. It's weird how things progress, I guess. What was there? There wasn't like, I feel like there wasn't a whole lot of space stuff. There was a lot last week. Starship is still on hold because the U.S. Wildlife and Game, or Game and Wildlife, they got to do their thing. Let's see. ISRO and NASA are still just kind of talking about their next missions now that they got stuff going on. The Psyche mission, actually, the Psyche mission is another asteroid exploration mission that they were getting ready to launch with Falcon Heavy. That got delayed from, what was it, yesterday into the 12th, because NASA, like, apparently their thruster supplier or manufacturer realized that the parameters that like didn't quite fit the specs, parameters supplied versus specs wanted were a little bit different, so they had to do a reprogramming thing so it didn't Luna 25 I guess into the asteroid. Because if you don't know, Russia's Luna 25 moon lander it landed on the moon like at 1.5 meters a second, I think it was. Not exactly a soft landing. Well, besides that, I mean, there's a couple SpaceX launches, Starlink launches. Christian wanted me to kind of touch on war updates. Ukraine war, they're really kicking ass to, was it Bakhmut? One of the big cities on the, like, kind of in the middle of the whole front. They're doing pretty good. Down in the south, they've been running a lot of drone attacks, kicking some ass, doing pretty good. It's a little bit of back and forth, but they've really been utilizing the drones lately to gain ground, and they're trying to run grain out of the through the Black Sea again, but now Russia's blowing up the ports since they can't get to the boats. So it's just more idiocy from fucking Putin. I think they just pooped out a couple of Russians from the space station. One of the Americans, I thought it was like a week and a half ago. I think I forgot to say something about that before. So not a whole lot of space stuff. So let's see, what do we got over here? Everyone's freaking out over reading instructions. Sometimes you gotta. I mean, well, okay, you don't have to, but sometimes it just makes things a little easier if you at least breeze through it. Russia's moon lander used chips from washing machines, says Bob S. That's might be a little more advanced than what they were able to access, which is interesting because what was which one was it that actually used? Oh, the Ingenuity. The Mars helicopter, that's literally using a off-the-shelf consumer, like go to Best Buy and buy it right now, Garmin map software. And that's doing pretty damn good. And that's just like the cheapest, lightest weight, navigational unit they could find. Like, and it's flying around on Mars. Like, I don't know how Garmin, I never really heard much about Garmin in the past few years, but If they got something flying around on Mars, I got to give them fucking respect for flying Jenny around on Mars. Do dictators use dictaphones? I do believe so. Joe Russ says it was the moon's aggression on Russian property. This is the moon. The moon shifted its butt a little bit to like boop, like fucking hip check that motherfucker. Bam. Rocco Rizzo, read the fucking manual, damn it. Sometimes you have to. Paul Byerly, Putin puts the dick in dictator. Yes, he does. Obviously never really been a fan of him, but at this point I think it's pretty obvious that he is just about lost his fucking mind, and guess we're gonna see where that goes. Is Mike and Co. leaving? Just got back from London. Might be going over there next year. We'll see. It's still like I had plans trying to get over there like in the past year or two, but things may work out better to try and get over there next year. So we'll see how that goes. It's been lightly discussed, I will say. Mike and Go says Trump wants to put his dick in the dictator. If all goes well, his nickname will be Dictator, but it'll be or Dictator at the very least if he goes where he belongs to go with his 8 million indictments and all that great stuff. What a douche nozzle. A Brit 60 plus flights from a mission of what 3? A Brit. Her original mission was 5 flights over 5 weeks. Supposed to be, they wanted to go 10 meters up, and I think maximum, I think overall they wanted to at least get 10 meters up and 500 meters in distance over 5 flights, if I remember. And at this point, they've gone 20 meters and flown that thing a couple miles, like lots and lots. Christian Harold asks, do I watch Piran's videos on various economic and strategic factors on the war? I do not. There's one, someone that's over there that has a YouTube thing they do every day that I tend to watch. It kind of started popping up in my streams. I started watching it. It's like 5-minute updates every day of various back and forth. Graham Shaw, Trump for jail 2024. Yes, I will I'll stand behind that. Let me see here. Thought I heard of someone at the cats, but there are no cats on the cat cam. Trump will go to prison. He is too rich. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know that his money is necessarily going to help him that much this time, Echo the Husky. But there's always hope. I fucking tell you what. Rifleman says, great, a megalomaniac that wants to revive the greatness of the Soviet Union. Yeah, obviously it did well. How long's it been? No, actually, like, what's it been, like 30? I think it's been 30 or more, 30, 40 years. I forget when the Soviet Union, like, kind of did its thing. 404 not found. Do you get over-the-air TV there? Is it all cable? There are, like, you can get, like, HD channels over the air if you have an antenna. But no, like, standard broadcasts. I'm honestly not quite sure how it works because I don't watch anything local. I just have YouTube and MB and a VPN so that if I don't have anything to watch on MB, which is pretty much impossible, I can get it because I have a VPN. Like, I just got a the Fire TV 4K Max. I got that a couple months ago for the TV up here. And it does have some free, is it Freevee? Like free TV thing where it's basically like a lot of channels that are just kind of just play the same old shows. Like, I don't know if they're like copyright free shows or whatever, but Like I kind of look at that sometimes just to see watch something like I would not watch at all. Like the other day, I was like, I go through that thing where you have too much to pick, like in your video selection, so you kind of crash out. So I flipped over to that, and I ended up watching The Jeffersons for like a couple hours, just because it was there. It's nothing I would ever search for, ever normally watch, but there was The Jeffersons, so I watched The Jeffersons for like 2 hours. Pretty good. It was good. Yeah, I guess this Rifle Man, I guess this is kind of like comparative to Roku service. I don't have Roku. Um, Fire TV seems to be doing good. When I first started doing sticks, I had a Chromecast, but having to use my cell phone to use the Chromecast sucks. Like I know they have a remote now, but I'm just kind of like off put, and I'm used to the Fire TV ethos or culture, or I'm just used to how it works, and it works good enough. So I'm probably just going to stick with that for now. Imagine how it must be getting, and when narcs get mad, they don't even do more stupid shit. Narcs do stupid. Well, I mean, most narcs would do stupid shit if they're putting them in their cells in that situation. Today is Putin's birthday, says Joe Russ. Well, let's give a big fuck you to Putin for his birthday. Drop that asshole. Anyway, there's our salute to Putin. I haven't tried the new Chromecast UI. Maybe I'll look into it. But I mean, at this point, both my TVs have fire. Like I may put my old Chromecast. I may just put that upstairs in the extra room with the old TV. What's up, Brad's Guitar Garage? I am doing okay. I was a little tired earlier, but then I got some coffee and I'm doing all right. So far, it's not been a bad weekend. I took yesterday off, took off Friday. Just like not sick, just wasn't feeling it. Yeah, I hate going into a work day when you're not feeling it, because then like you just feel like off all day. So I ended up, so for Thanksgiving, we get off Thanksgiving and that Friday. So you get like a 4-day weekend. And then I had taken off Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to make it an extended vacation. And I realized I don't need that. Because then for Christmas, I did the same thing, but I took like the last week and a half off for Christmas or something like that. Like I've been shuffling days around, just dealing with things, since I didn't have as many off days this year as I wanted, not because of work, but because of dealing with situations earlier this year. So I ended up canceling my extended Thanksgiving vacation, and I'm going to use a couple days this month, maybe one like the first week of November, just to kind of spread out some 3-day weekends, just to make shit a little bit easier. You know what I mean? Like in America, there really seems to be this culture of like bosses pushing back to use vacation. Luckily, I don't really have that problem where I work. As a matter of fact, if you're on vacation, they actually frown upon you, like taking phone calls or answering too many emails. Like one time I joined a meeting and I got not yelled at, but they're like, dude, get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, no, I ain't falling behind. Fuck that. I will spend a half hour to sit in a dumbass meeting just to make sure I don't fall 4 hours behind, when I get back. But yeah, I think like I kind of did that for next year. Like I know how much vacation I'm getting. I get 4 weeks vacation, well, 20 days or whatever. And then I get 5 days, a week of sick pay, per state mandatory or whatever. So 5 days or 5 weeks. So I actually planned half of my vacation days out for next year already. Like hanging in my calendar, there's a little piece of paper that actually says vacation schedule for 2024. You slide it out and it's a 1-year calendar. And I decided to plan out like what I'm doing now. That's where I got the idea of like just little breaks throughout the year. Like I don't need to do full out vacations all the time. You don't always need to take that full week off, because sometimes if you don't have anything to do, it's nice to have the time off, but you kind of get like, what do I want to do? So I have like a lot of 3-day vacations. And if like, you know, there was a holiday on a Friday or Monday, maybe I made that a 4-day vacation. I got my big Christmas vacation, Thanksgiving. I'm leaving that just as a 4-day vacation. And like I'm move things around so they all make sense. Gives me lots of time to take a breather. But then I still have a lot of extra time. Like there's still like 10 days. Like I got all my comfort vacation and I still had like 10 days extra. So it's weird. I've never had that much vacation time before. It's just odd. Christian Harold says, if only you spent as much time caring for us and the content we want, where is our 3-year channel content plan? 3-year channel content plan is to keep making content for at least 3 years. Seems like a pretty solid plan. I'm going to work with that. We'll see where it goes, because I have no plan for this channel except for just to keep chilling, keep hanging out. Just kind of doing my best to entertain people and have a good time. You know? Just, we're just doing our thing. Yeah, Brad, I was actually, Brad's Guitar Garage. I actually watched some of your live stream. Was that last night? Like, you're so weird because you're like, morning live stream. I'm like, dude, I'm going to bed. What the fucking, it's, you know, Australia. I get it. Everything's upside down. Now I got to go back and finish watching that. If you haven't watched Brad's Guitar Garage, he's an Australian bloke. He's got very good content. You should check him out. I've been watching him for a while. Christian Harold, I thought the plan was world domination. Of course it's world domination. They're my, what? I mean, that's the Quang. That's the Gaggle's ultimate goal is, and it's not world domination. We're going to go for the galaxy. I'm not going to fight for the universe because then like superheroes and shit get involved and like there's weird gloves and glowy stones and people wearing tights. So we'll go for like more of a galaxy kind of domination. I mean, we don't even need to do full Earth domination, just enough to get the technology to get out to the galaxy to take it over. And then we'll evaluate from there. That's probably going to be more of a 4 or 5 years before we can take over the galaxy, though. But, you know, progress could help us get there a little bit quicker. Rhyming slang. Seppo is septic tank. Tank is yank. So a Seppo tank would be a toxic Yankee. This galaxy or Andromeda, says Zap Sparky. I figure this galaxy is going to be a little bit easier. And next we'll go to Alpha Centauri, because that's pretty close, you know, on the galactic scale. But if we need to expand, we'll probably head in that direction too. Need to get your string linked via Stargate, says Lockwatcher. Andromeda Strain, the movie, Christian Harold. I think I watched that many, many, many years ago, but I will, let me put that on the list, as I do. I'm always grabbing fresh movies and put that right under Colossus, the Forbin Project, which I do believe I did already download. And Andromeda Strain. I do remember that being a pretty good movie. Any Beavis and Butthead fans here, asks Megavolt Meister. That's a good question. Why don't we just go ahead and do that? Because I am... I'm just going to drop my vape on the floor. Beavis and Butthead fans? Why not? Ooh, why not? No, ooh, not start a Q&A. What the French? Ooh. My phone started playing the stream again. I don't know why it plays the streams. Like it randomly just starts playing. I wonder if that's a weird setting. Beavis and Butthead fan. Yes. Yes. No. The fuck is a Beavis? There we go. Let me grab my vape. live chat. All right, it didn't switch me from live chat to top chat when I started the poll. I've noticed it does that sometimes. It's like really any chance I can get to switch it back to top chat, which I do not understand why it's pushes so bad. Blackwatcher just received a DVD of Colossus of the Forbidden Project. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just found that somewhere. I was looking at that the other night. Mr. Egg Cake says, old enough for, I guess, to remember Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, I was watching that when it first came out. Like, as MTV music television transformed from music television to gimmick television. But at least Beavis and Butthead came out of it. Of course, they also were like pretty much the start of trashy reality TV with Real World 1. But I guess it was inevitable that we were going to see crappy TV. 6:25. All right, I'm not late for the woofle. Like, I'm really trying to pay attention to like time because I know that's a thing. Mystery Technology, Pinky and the Brain. Yes, we will be recruiting them. I do have some Animaniacs for training manuals, or training videos. If once we're ready, we'll have some. We'll have Wacko and Yakko and Dot let us know what's going on. Good for safety as well, especially Wacko is really good for safety training. Scruffdog says, Mega Voltmeister says maybe I should set some timers. I probably should, but that would probably just overcomplicate everything. Like Beavis and Butthead fans right now, it looks like it's roughly half and half, and some of you don't know what the fuck that is, and if you don't, that's just, you'd probably know it if you saw it old school and actually just brought back from the dead. Two dumbasses that kind of just watch videos and get into dumb adventures, and it's really good to watch if you're drunk or stoned or under some sort of influence. I mean, it's pretty good sober too, but it definitely helps if you are on a slightly altered plane. So that's good. It's a fun show. I've been watching that for quite some time. Just randomly say a 10-minute timer. Yeah, she would, because she's right over there. Like right there. Burp. And that's what, a 5? I think it's one of the ones I just got. And Britt says, Staple Führer Klaus is most excellent safety. Is that the German forklift video? If it is, I actually used that when I was doing safety training. If you haven't seen German forklift safety video, that would be another thing I'd highly recommend. If you look hard enough, you can find an English spoken English subs, but it was originally done in German with Hans and Klaus. Yeah, it's fucking great. You'd be surprised the amount of like forklift and just general like technicians and automotive techs have not seen that video, and they just look at it like, is this real? And you just go, oh yeah, sure. And it's awesome. I love that shit. How long until we get a VOIC to read our super chats? So we can get it to buy your stuff. What? To a voice to read? Ow. Like one of the, I'm not. Yeah, are you talking about like when you like do the thing where like shit like, where is it, like it's like, or like someone said blah, blah, blah. Or like I saw one, I was watching, someone was playing Alien Isolation. Yeah, like a jump scare video, and some lady's like in the middle of playing the game. She's going all quiet. She knows the alien's around, and then someone bought thunder, and it just popped her right in the middle screen. Like, when you see her almost hit the back of the wall. Yeah, I'm not quite about that, if that's what you mean. I just think the little club thing ought to be all right. Mr. Egg Cake loves forklifts. We have some news on that with something I found today that we'll talk about some point soon. Because we're going to do a VertoWhoofle, and then I'm going to go take a quick bio break. See if I can get the woofler to work a little better this time. Trying to mix it up a little bit. Sometimes the thicker stuff settles at the bottom. Order Bat Dragon. I don't know that Alexa wouldn't know who that is. Oh, hold on, let me straighten out the woofle cam. You know, gotta keep everything straightened out. And fade that in. Alright, let me set that down there. Where are we at? Yep, there we go. Wait. There we go. Everything's a little backwards. Woofle. Let me put a little more water in this. Just not quite getting the foam I want, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's because it's not mixing right. Here, let me grab this screwdriver. Like, I know you're staring at the top of my dome. Just give me a sec here. Let me try to improve the woof. Oh, that's better. All right, I think we're good now. Where are we at here? Boop, boop, right about there. Oh, yeah, that's better. I might as well do another one. Now that we got the foam right. Right there. Woo, good ring. All right. Oop, put that in its holder. Fade it. Woo. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go take a quick bio break. Where's my 1 moment please thing? There we go. Give me a second. If anybody comes in, just tell them I'll be right back. Yeah, I keep forgetting I can actually take the headphones off and keep talking. Yeah, I'll be right back. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Let me switch over to CatCam just in case they stop by. And let me see what this microphone sounds like. I put a different cord on to power the mixer. It still sounds like ass. Yeah, I'm going to have to mess with that. So we'll do CatCam and Cat Mic. And we'll see if anybody stops by. So, like I said, hold down the fort. I'll be right back. Looks like everybody's sleeping. Try not to slam the door. Pretty sure I keep forgetting. I guess we can turn that off. Boop. Slide that over. What's up, Zane the Magic Puffer Dragon? Welcome to the Gaggle of Goofballs. Enjoy the insanity. Oh, let me turn the PP microphone down. I thought that sounded a little unusual. Oh, did a kitty wander in? Sometimes Lee goes to sleep on the, well, it looks like the black trash can, but it's actually the where all the cat food is. I think that's why she sleeps on top of it, because that's where the cat food is. The militia is growing. Yes, we are 11 strong now, I do believe. Yep, Craig was 10, Zane is 11. Welcome. Let me give that back to live chat. Let me take a quick sip here. You're not done, leave it on. Yeah. Moving along. All right, what time is it? It's 6:35. All right, let's take some shit apart. Let me move some stuff around on the desk here. And I'll probably just turn the Woofle cam, the Woofle cam downwards. And we'll try to do this without crashing the stream. Which is ultimately, you know, a reasonable goal, not to crash the stream while disassembling stuff. Move, what camera we got? We actually have the correct camera up for once. That's rare sometimes. Jonathan Hughes says, we used to have air shows every year, but the public was allowed to the back to look at the planes and watch the show. Sad to see it gone. They still do air shows around here, even though seems like less and less people care. I don't know. You definitely don't. I think it's every couple years. I think they may actually, well, I mean, with COVID around, definitely probably skipped a bunch of years. Let's see. Let's see what this looks like. How bad is this going to be? We're using the Woofle cam. It might not be too bad. We'll see what we can do with it. Let me spread that out, stand that up. Kind of get it to... I guess I'll stick my butthead self right next to it. Copy that. Woofle cam. Paste that. Woo. Just kind of stick that over there. Slide that over. And let's see what we can take apart. Alright, first let's get rid of this. So yeah, next week we'll actually, we'll have Orihime out. And hang out with her for a moment. And then we will be giving the cats fancy feast for their treats next week. This may not be too horrible. Chipmunk says the EAA air show used to cause a huge load on the motel. Oh yeah, I imagine so. Lately they've been, ooh, look at that focus yo-yoing all over the place. Hold on, let me see if I can work that out. Where's it at? Woofle cam, properties. That didn't work. It would help if you clicked the correct camera. Configure video, camera control, autofocus off, which makes it go wackadoo. That's pretty good right there. We'll see how that works for now. All right. What is this thing? This thing? This is a dehumidifier that, as said earlier, probably runs off of a Peltier. Or what's the other fucking thing they call Peltiers? Thermal something or other, like a TEP. I forget what the other word is. Someone will know. Yes, Mystery Tech. We are working with the focus here. I have yet to not understand why you can't make a camera just have a simple focus ability. 2 more screws on the bottom. 4 in the back, 2 on the bottom. ProBreeze, you know it's cheap. Oh yeah, this thing was like 20 bucks, like 6, actually, yeah, about 6 or 7 years ago. probably about 7 years ago. It's like 20 bucks. I think they're 30 now or something. Let's see. Where's a good view? That's a pretty good shot right there. There we go. All right. Let's see what we got here. So we have what is most likely the thermal unit. Let me take the board off of the plastic front. Leave the bigger unit attached. I don't want to unplug anything just yet. I'm almost getting to the point of not wearing headphones. I'm starting to trust the microphone a little better because, like, it's doing pretty good, I think. How do you get that switch? Oh, that switch. What? Does that unplug? The switch pops forward. Let me grab. Wow, I'm just like. Sorry, folks. This is not the best view for doing this. I understand that. And I do apologize. Probably should have thought that one through a little more, but that's okay. We're all just here to have a good time. And clang the microphone. See if I can do this without stabbing my hand. I kind of want to move that out of the way. Just get that. I think, yep. All right. All right, so that is pushed part of the way through. Let's make sure that unplugs. It does. All right, hold on. What a mess. There we go. Okay. So that unplugged. And now we can take the switch out the front. So yeah, this stopped working. I do not know why. The power supply is still putting out 9 volts. So I'm wondering if something in the switches failed, because there's really not anything to this. Like, there's not even, like, there's got to be more to this. Is there? Let's see. We have the switch on output. We have going to here, which is probably where the Peltier is. Let's see. How do we get this piece out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws. Let's grab the correct screwdriver. Let me try to hold this in a way that's not quite blocking the view. Did it stop working when you last opened it? No, this is the first time I have opened it. It just kind of stopped working last week. It usually sits... I have like like one of those little cabinety, shelfy things in the bathroom. And this usually sits on top of it, doing its thing, and I just happened to look up and the green light wasn't on. So I flipped the switch, didn't help. Checked the power strip it was going into, that was good. So that's when I took it down, checked the power supply, it was good, and figured, well, I guess we'll just take it apart, see what's going on inside. Is that a Peltier or Peltier? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Frost Giant, yeah. Did you test the voltage under load? Well, I tested it with it plugged in and turned on, so not quite under load. I just wanted to see how it handled itself altogether. All right, so that is fan. So yeah, this is definitely a Peltier. If it's got, so another heat sink. Oh yeah, you're over here. So another heat sink on there. Big heat sink here. So this is definitely a Peltier system. Let's see. And then that goes down to the power. These two switches here are for the, one of them is to know it's inserted, and the other one, which I believe is this one, is much weaker, so that the little float in the bottom thing can push it up to let it know it's full. There's really nothing to this. I mean, we're looking at, we got the power LED and the full LED. Power is coming in. Let's see. Power comes in on blue and green. Where are we at here? Sorry. So power's coming in on blue and green up here from down there. So that's 9 volts. That's coming in. That's coming into those 2 pins there. That runs over to the switch. And from the switch, it just goes right to the Peltier, right to the fan. And then the ground is, well, there's nothing to this. Like it just turns on the Peltier, the fan, and the LEDs are controlled by this switch here and these switches here. There is nothing to this. Sorry if I'm off camera again. So, I don't know. Maybe it's probably, since this is such a simple system, it's probably just a corrosion somewhere. Let me show you the board. I'll unplug everything. It's nice that they are, all, well, mostly different plugs. LED. Drop that there. And here is... Whoop. And it's just a bunch of shit plugged in and 2 resistors, LED, and solder. There's nothing else on this. This is all controlled by switches. And I really wasn't expecting much more, but let's see here. Let me grab these, cut this little right there. Let's go it from this direction. See if we can get into the Peltier unit and get this zip tie cut. There we go. All right. Set that here. And let's crack it open. So I already ordered a replacement, so I'm not worried about trashing it. But if I can fix it, then of course that would be cool. There we go. Whoop. Fan and shroud. I feel like I need to clean that camera lens. Okay, the pelt is in camera. The pelt is in that gap in between the wires. Try to twist this. Like way down in between where the wire is going, that's where the Peltier is. You can barely even see it. I'm guessing this is, I got one downstairs. It looks like it's about, what would that be? 50 by 50 maybe? I think I have one downstairs that's about this size. It's about 50 watts maybe. Well, actually, no, it said this is a 23 watt unit. So that's probably 20 watts. So this is probably a 20 watt Peltier, and this is a 2.5 watt fan. So yeah, I guess with this and the LEDs, you're looking at about 23 watts. Switch continuity. Yeah, I'll have to check that. I don't have a meter up here with me. Wasn't really planning on troubleshooting per se, but now that I see how easy, like there's nothing in here, it's gonna be really easy to troubleshoot. Let's see. You can check those. I mean, it does live in a humid environment. This was originally in my grow room for like 4 years, I guess. And then it's been in the bathroom for a few months, so it may just be a moisture thing. Because there ain't nothing to this. That is surprisingly simple, but not necessarily. Guess I get it. Check the micro switches for continuity. Yeah, that's forget. Let's see here. All right, so here's the cams. Oh, I'm sorry. There's the cam that the on-off works, and that's the floater, like the bob float thing. And the bob float is down. That's a little rough, but it's not worn down to the point that it's bad. But that is really the only thing that switches. And those are the closest thing to the moisture that sits in the bottom thing. So I'm sure it is. It's probably the main switch, actually. Well, like the main micro switch, I would imagine. But when I take a look and figure it out, I'll let you know. But I figured we'd go ahead and just take this little guy apart just to part of the device, because otherwise I was going to have to show you another LED light, which isn't overly exciting. But next week we'll do a snake. So let me put this down, and then I'll show you. No, just kidding. And then I'll show you something cool I found. Hey, let's do this. Haven't done this yet. Just in case you are kind of new, this is what I'm working with here. That's obviously for the channel. But this is my main rig up here. And down here, these two screens are controlled by an Intel NUC. Let me move some stuff around here real quick. Oh, yeah, I'll grab this stuff first. So, like, things that I've bought this week, I got a second YubiKey. I got the YubiKey 5C NFC. Going a little more, that way I have more keys, because apparently this YouTube thing might get a little serious. But besides that, I don't have it. It's sitting over there. Sorry. But while I was cleaning out the basement today, I did find some Halloween stuff here. Let me slide it on back over. No scrolling bar for the mods, asks Steven Seagal. All in due time. I am working on like a credits thing that includes like moderators and that. I just gotta find time. Like today, I decided to flip the wrong camera over. And there we go. So I found these pumpkin lights. I bought these, I think, a couple years ago. They say they're color changed. Figure we can take a look at those while we're here. So this is what we got. It doesn't look like there's much to them. Turn it on or off. Takes a 2032 battery, which I got a bunch of over there. The dead ones that come out of them safety hooks work just fine for these. All right, so it says we just turn it on. Oh, okay, so there we go. Looks like it goes through various patterns. So basically it's, fancy chip in demo mode, I guess you would say. All right, let me fix the Woofle cam. It's all like bent over and weird and shit. Woofle cam. Oh, it is dirty. Hold on. Let me drop that on the floor. Let me drop that on the floor. And wow, there was a big old, and a big old thumb blop on the Woofle cam there. That's better. And fix that. All right. So we have our little demo light, a couple of those. Those might come in handy. Let me throw that away. Let me put this light over here. That back there. And then I found my clown makeup. And yes, the injury stick is part of the clown makeup. So you'll be seeing some of that, I'm sure. And for those of you, I know there's at least one of you, we're asking about cooking with scruff. Well, the other thing I found today was this. And no, not just for the corn dogs. This, which I forgot I even had, has these recipes I've collected, like, commercially, and all the shit that I've done myself. So I did find all my old recipes that I've done throughout the years. We have like rack of ribs that you can't even get out of the pan because there's nothing to hold on to. It all falls apart. I have a crab dip one that's really, if you're into crabs, like eating crab. Wow, even that's bad. You know, crab dip. That's a crab dip one. I got chili in here. A spinach dip. A couple of good ones I've collected, but I found my old recipes, which I wasn't sure if I was going to or not. So that's cool. So once Cooking with Scruff gets going, which will be like months, got some other stuff to deal with. Once that gets going, we'll have some recipes. And I made stew. I'm considering doing the rustic bread recipe that I've recently found. Like I may do 2 loaves, like maybe do a loaf, let it rise, do a live stream, and like do a live cooking show thing, I guess. How we doing on coffee? Coffee does not make a good substitute for oxygen. At least not yet. What was that movie? The Abyss? With the pink oxygen juice shit that they breathe in. Whew. Alright, what's up with chat? I see something about Lock Watchers. Oh, that's not good. I have a great corn chowder. Oh, okay, recipe. The dog just stole a pancake. What? Did I just say pancake? Holy shit. The dog just stole a pancake off the counter. That's a good dog. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Speaking of good boy, we're about 9 minutes from the cats getting treats. Pardon me, that was a little loud. Good grief. Come on, noise reduction. Ah, son of a bitch, I forgot to hit the button. I forgot I have it for space news. I mean, it's obviously it's a little late now, but I forgot that I do have this now. Scruff in space. It might be a little loud. I'm gonna have to mess with that. Oh, alright. Scrolling. Porridge? Someone talking about porridge? I like porridge. Well, I eat oatmeal. I kind of see oatmeal, like porridge being more like the raw deal and oatmeal being the shit you buy in the store, but I don't know. Muted coughs, how quaint. I try there, Gramshaw. I'm really not trying to blow anyone's eardrums out with I do that enough when I clang the microphone, so, you know. I do what I can. MK, Mr. Pancake. Yeah, what is your dog's name that steals pancakes? Who is it? Is it Serpa Design? Doesn't he have a frog thing named Pancake? Or Flapjack, or Pancake and Flapjack, something like that? Anybody else here watch Serpa Design? I figure we're probably all in a similar video ethos. The dude makes a bunch of like terrariums, vivariums, habitats, stuff like that. Every set, like you had a new one this morning. Rob says it wasn't too loud. It was perfect. All right, so I'll keep that. Puts the button volume right at straight up. Seems like a lot of shit with this mixer is really just straight up or all the way up, depending on, you know, like the monitor I got kind of messed with a little bit so that I can hear PC stuff and like myself, which is weird. We had the first night I got it, we had what, a 35-minute stream, like a off the cuff stream of trying to figure out where I should put my mixer, and everything ended up straight up. Like I don't know. This really isn't bad for a $40 microphone. I mean, I would love to get a Shure SM7B microphone, but I don't know that I need a $400 microphone just yet, when the $40 microphone seems to be just fine. A little boomy, I understand, but I am slowly backing my ass away from the microphone to help with said boominess. Zane the Magic Puppet Dragon says, my little girl is eating pancakes for dinner. She's 1.5 years old now. That's cool. I eat eggs and bacon and eggs and sausage for dinner quite a lot. Like, I don't like to eat too much breakfast for breakfast because I don't eat a lot in the morning. So I like having a big breakfast for dinner because then you can actually enjoy the breakfast. Zane's dog is 14 and amazed how well she is doing. That's good. It means you're treating your dog good. Like, that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Graham Shaw, I very much like the muted coughs. Man with manners. I try. Is that why the UK watches me more than the US right now? I would say there's probably people in other countries probably do in general appreciate hold on, let's do this right. People outside the USA probably do appreciate manners more than those in the US. Get an equalizer. I kind of do. Where's the woofle thing? Like, this is what I'm working with. It's the Moano. I mean, come on, woofle cam. Don't get hung up on everything. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Good job. Is that? Yeah. It's kind of shaky. It's a little bit shaky cam, but yeah. It's like, that's the mixer I'm working with right there. Like, that's the clip buttons, like this one.
Wait. Time. Cut. That's a fucking joke, right?
So, like, you got that. Then I got spooky. I don't have anything on that one. Nothing on that one.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.
And then I have Leo's Spooky Scary Skeletons on A. But yeah, that's what I'm working with. It seems to be doing pretty good. Let me slide that back. Like the microphone and mixer setup I got off of Amazon for like 140, 50 bucks or something. Seems to be all right, especially for a beginner. Apparently it's considered one of like the better beginner setups, and it's also wireless. Like right now it's not plugged into power because it gets weird noise on that for some reason, which I know part of that problem is the lapel mics are kind of like, that's two microphones that were 15 bucks and they included cables and extension cords. So those mics aren't the best, but like this thing apparently is good for like 8 hours on battery. So I'm just unplugging it now when I start the streams, because if there's no power coming in, there's no power noise if you're running off a battery. So that's pretty cool. I dig it. Not sponsored or whatever, just it works out pretty good. Comes with the fucking, like the boom arm that's sitting here and all that shit. So yeah, it works. Oh, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock is the toast to the gaggle of goofballs. What do we got here? We have tea now, and we have, I will grab my dab pen. I cleaned my dab pen. If those of you who were watching, Wednesday when it was all kind of clogged up. So cheers to the gaggle of goofballs, and of course cheers to all of you for stopping by. I appreciate it. We're just all here having a good time, and I'm going to have some of my wedding cheesecake with a little bit of hash sprinkled on top. And I am in a legal state, which is legal for recreational and medical, and I do carry a medical card. Oop. Yes, I have a green card. So cheers to the gaggle of goofballs, and cheers to you. Thanks, everybody. And to Ukraine and to Kevin. Yes, Christian. Slava Ukraini. Yeah, the next, now that I have 10 members, the next emoji is a cheers emoji with a little Ukraine flag and a little cat head, like, in it. I don't know how well it'll pop up being that big, but we'll see what happens. Zane, the Magic Puffer Dragon, has their green card in California as well. Yeah, I don't mind spending the little extra money to be on the medical list, because it gets, in Maryland, it gets you access to the better stuff. And if you're on recreation, you're limited to the strength, and you don't get any sale prices. Like, as far as I know, I don't know if any dispensaries do sale prices on rec. think it's only on medical in Maryland anyway. Steven Seagal has a nice 2-gram blueberry kush blunt. That's a big fucker. That's a good one. Blueberry's good. I've had blueberry kush a couple months ago. It's 7:05. It is just about time for cat treats. Let me rock on this dab just another second. All right. Shall we see some kitty cats? Meow. Let's see. Does this work? Let me try something, because I couldn't get my own. Like, I think it's funny that it's like my own. No, it really doesn't. Like, since I'm not a member of my own channel, I can't just like sorry, like everybody, but I just want to check something real quick. Like, members, can you type :scruff and it pops up the list? Because I have to actually click add reaction to get like Tiny Mama, but supposedly you should type :scruff, but I'm guessing it's not working for me because I'm not a fucking member of my own channel, which that's weird. But anyway, Fixer69, hey Scruff, I'm happy to be able to join you live now. As usual, I'm late, but yes, give me some pushy cats. That's all right, Fixer. Whether you're late or really late or early, we're all just here having a good time. So let me switch over to the Fuzzbutt cam. Mr. Eggsegg says it doesn't turn up. Apparently it only works for members. Like, if you start to type :scruff, it's supposed to pop up the choice of 6 emojis. Hold on, let me... Oh, I already switched the cam. I have a little bit of birch beer. I don't know if you ever heard of Pennsylvania Dutch birch beer. It's like a cross between cream soda and root beer. It's really good. I tend to use cups instead of cups. I use Gatorade bottles because I have cats and those have lids. All right. Whoa. What the fuck am I doing? That sounds rough. I think it's the noise cancellation fights it. That's why it sounds a little... At least it does to me. Mr. A Cake likes hairy arses. Good. That's good. Alright, we all good here? We're on CatCam, microphone's turned up. Now let's give it a second. Tiny Mama's in the shitter. Sometimes she takes a minute. Let's see. Can I see chat? Not really. Let me step back in for a minute. Well, all right. We'll just give it a minute. You should be able to see me. I think autofocus is on. A little bit of entertainment while we're waiting for the pooping. For the pooping. Oh, here we go. This is what they're getting next week. Oh, is that? Oh, I can kind of see the camera. Yeah. So we'll get that next week for the 7 p.m. treat. Let me see how she's doing. How you doing, Molly? Still in there? That awkward moment when you slowly peek around to see if she's in the litter box and you just lock eyes. It's like, hi, just checking. Let's see. Drugs is drugs. Hugs is drugs? Autofocus is working, says the Frost Giant. Wish my old ass eyes were working a little bit better. Thanks. Need to click the emoji button on a PC. Yeah, for the scruff ones, yeah, it's weird. I don't get how those work. But they kind of work. Alright, she's scraping up right now. Oh, she's out. Hey, Mama. You have a good wow. Ooh. Yeah, it smells like she had a good poop. Holy crap. It's a poofy girl. Ain't you poofers? Where's your brother? Brother! Rennie. Come on, buddy. Alright. Let's see. I gotta make sure I put this where you can see them. So that would be pretty much here and there. Okay. Come on. Somebody take that. Mama. Alright, pooper. Big head. God damn, Mama. Her Mama really blew it up. You know, it's interesting. Just so if you're new, this is Tiny Mama. This is their mom. That's Ronnie. His formal name is Megatron, but he goes by Ronnie. And this is Lee Scratch Perry. She's a poofy girl. She's very poofy. Maybe big bone, but I call her Pretty Little Girl or Poofers, and that's their mom. She's actually smaller than the rest of them. Her name is Bow Bow, but I call her Tiny Mama or Tiny Tank. And then Spaz is off camera. Spaz isn't related to either of them, or to any of them. And they kind of pick on her, so she doesn't always come to the same room for treats. The old lady. So Spaz is just off camera in the hallway. I'm gonna go ahead and pee again while I'm out here, just to top, quote unquote, top off while you watch kitty cats. Kitty cats. Chipmunk says Megatron is the name of a massive drain in Sheffield loved by urban explorers. It's also the name of Peter Griffin's daughter. Human Seagull, what's up? Yes, we have the kitty cam. Now they'll just kind of wander around figuring out what's going on. Alright. If I'm going to start running my mouth, I'm going to have to turn the other microphone down because this just sounds like really weird to me. Let me click that as well. Click. Human more treats. Yeah, they never have enough treats. Turn that down a bit. inch. Let's just put that down. There we go. If they start meowing, I'll kick that microphone back up. As they do occasionally, Lee, the Lyle, or Dilute Torty there on the right. She does occasionally sit there and just meow and meow. Like the first stream I did in this office, it was a good solid 2 hours of her meowing, and that included me like going out and kind of like petting her a little bit and coming back in. It's like she'll do that, and then like I'll come out, like if I'm doing stuff in the office, like we're sitting on the couch, and she just runs up. I'll start petting her, and she'll grab my hand with her paws, put it on the couch, and then put her head on my hand and go to sleep. She just likes to cuddle up. She's good. She's a good poofy girl. She does drink a lot of water, so maybe she's maybe that roundness there is her water bladder. Where? Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff on the floor. I almost ran over my phone. That would suck. Put that there. How long will the stream be going? Asks Megavoltmeister. Well, till at least 7:30. Because then we have a, what is that? A ThermoWhoofle at 7:30. And then we'll just kind of see how it goes from there. I did want to bring up while we have CatCam going. That's cool. Christian Herald, I am kind of disappointed that at no point did you bring up October 3rd, the national holiday that it was on October 3rd here in the States. In case you apparently, oh, there you go. National Kevin Day. Yep. I've heard that was on one of, I don't know what the hell stream that was on, and someone said it was National Kevin Day. I went, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, you only support one true Kevin? I gotcha. Gotcha. Understood. All right, you all wanted to hear, you guys like to hear a story. I said today I was going to tell a story called Humidity Spark Plugs. Let's talk about weird. This is another weird one. Hold on. Yeah. So last week we had a weird, wow, this is falling apart. My little thingy's falling apart. That's not bad. This is one that came with my laptop. My SLI-009 Titan, MSI Titan laptop fucking 7 years ago. So that's not bad. That thing lasted 7 years. It's a goddamn $4,000 laptop. This shit better last. Anyway, is that like National Karen Day? No, I think National Karen Day is like the purge. Or it should be. Yeah, Lee is on her way out. Yeah, I'll go ahead and slide over, and then we'll tell a story about humidity and spark plugs. Last week, I told a weird story about a magnetic engine block. Quick recap if you weren't here. We have no idea how. Took us months and months and months to figure it out, but eventually we figured out that a forklift, for absolutely no reason that we can come up with, the block itself, it somehow becomes so magnetized that no Hall effect sensor or magnetically based sensor in it would function, and therefore it wouldn't run because it had a crank and cam sensor in it. Weird. Took us months to figure that out. Never figured out why it did it. So another weird one. This one actually happened to me personally, and this was in the winter. I'm feeling like it was February-ish. So go to this customer location. Location doesn't matter. And they had, so what had happened was, another tech had gone out to work on a truck, mistakenly misdiagnosed it as a computer problem, put in a new computer, and went to flash the software for that computer, And it turns out there was this big thing about some software update that had happened years before, but it was supposed to happen. It didn't happen. They ended up using this. Well, like all kinds of bullshit went on. They couldn't get it to work right. So they called Scruff, which is that's not unusual. Like I'm pretty good at my job from what my company tells me. So they called Scruff. Scruff goes out there. Scruff takes a look. And I figured out what was going on. We sorted out the computer issue, some wiring issue with a seatbelt thing. And while I was out there working to get it to run, after getting through the computer issue, it still wouldn't run. So I messed with it. And this was on a very dry, crisp, like not cold, but like 45, 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is what, something around 10 degrees Celsius. A nice cold, very dry day. It was very dry out. Like I remember the humidity was only like 20, 30%, which is really weird for Maryland. Maryland is pretty much always around, like Maryland's average is like 50, 60%, which I guess is pretty much for most places. Like it's not abnormally, unusually humid or dry here. Like my house humidity is almost always at 55%, which is great for growing pot and curing pot. But anyway, so I'm going through, finally get this thing to run right with like bypassing a couple things and getting some shit going. I get it running. Everything's starting. I'm like, all right, I need to put in a new, what turns out what it failed was a LP valve, liquid propane valve to shut the flow of the liquid propane on and off had failed. It had gotten super gummed up. And yeah, I'm guessing when the technician tested it, maybe it was working because it was warmed up, because when those things cool off, the goo in them from the propane just locks them solid. So put a new one in there, or, did all this diagnosis, got that working good enough. I wanted to replace it because the seal on it was old and it was still bypassing a little bit of liquid propane when it should have been off. Went cool, got it running, everything's good. Told the customer, don't mess with it. It's not ready yet. It's not safe. Everything's bypassed. They were cool with it. So I came back. That was on a Friday. I came back on a Tuesday after I ordered some parts. That Tuesday, it was raining outside. Go in. First thing I do, I walk up the truck to turn the key. Crank, 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 crank. Nothing. Check the LP bottle, like the forklift fuel bottle. It was full. It was the same bottle I put on there. And it was still full. So they hadn't they hadn't scavenged the LP bottle, which sometimes you get guys, they just don't feel like going the extra 20 feet to get the full one. So they'll just grab one off the closest forklift, and that's whatever. So anyway, that was good. I checked the forklift itself, checking the fuel system. It's getting fuel. Like everything's working. I'm getting spark on the my spark plug wire tester, like to check on the wire to see if spark's going through. Everything's fine. Could not get the goddamn thing to start up. Talked to the guys that were there. They said they hadn't touched it. I looked at the truck. It looked like they hadn't touched it. 4 days beforehand, crank and that thing would light up like butter. Ran smooth as shit. Was great. The only thing, so anyway, I just with the mess with it, and eventually I went, you know what? Let me just put some spark plugs in it. Let me just give it a tune up. Like it needs a tune up anyway. Let me get a tune up. Let me just put some spark plugs in it first and see what happens. Put spark plugs in it. Thing fired right up. Like it had been running all day. Like you'd think the thing had been warmed up and was cruising. And the only difference that I could think of, and after thinking about it for a few days, talking to a bunch of people, nobody could figure it out. The only difference we can think is that when it was really humid out that day, that literally the extra bit of insulation, because the humidity can act as insulation, maybe that was just enough to fuck with the spark. Like maybe it was just on that verge of being able to spark with the wear that was on the spark plugs. Like, has anybody heard anything like that? Like humidity affecting an ignition system? Rob, I wouldn't think it was a weak ignition coil, because after I put the plugs in, everything was fine. I pulled them back out. It was a nice blue spark. I got my little spark tester. Like I was getting almost a full centimeter of blue spark out of them. So the coil was great. Just, Yeah, Sonic, Subsonic Super. Yeah, I've seen it with distributor systems, but these were all, these aren't coil unplug. They're coil wire and plug. So it's not like your classic, bullshit. I don't get it. Yeah, the 4.3 caps, they do suck. Cracked the coil. We checked the coil. It was fine. I mean, it ran that day, like that humid day. Wasn't until I replaced the spark plugs that it actually fired fine. And when I check ignition stuff, I have a little thing I drag along that looks for it. And if I don't trust that, I'll just, just like, all right. And I'll just grab ground and fucking start grabbing shit. Because sometimes that's the easiest way to figure it out. And if you're tired, it'll wake you up if you find a leak. But it was really, really unusual. And anything we could come up with, since the only difference was something with the humidity, because nobody touched anything. Gas Masher's Fiero used to get moisture down in the spark plug tunnels. Always had misfires for days after a good rain. I feel like I've heard that with Fieros before. But Fieros were a fun car. If you don't know what a Fiero is, it was kind of like the American car that Pontiac made. It kind of looked like a mini Corvette. And it was rear wheel drive. I think were they mid-engine or rear engine? I think they were rear engine, rear drive. Am I remembering that right? Did I just say remember, Barin? I'm running out of coffee. Well, I'm out of coffee. Almost out of birch beer. Rear, mid-rear engine. Okay. I can't remember. I haven't actually seen a Fiero. I feel like I drove past a parked one in Dundalk a few months ago, maybe. Like, if there's going to be a Fiero around here, it'll probably be in Dundalk, parked next to an 86 Camaro with a V6. Because that's where, like, Dundalk is the home of the 86 Camaro. If you need one, like, I think most people in Dundalk have at least 3 in their backyard, and at least one of them on blocks. Cinder blocks, too. Not like cool bricks, but like the cinder blocks. Like, that's how it's got to be done. I think we touched on that last week or something. What do we got? It is 7:27. It is almost time for a ThermoWhoofle. How is the thermal camera looking? It is functioning. That is good. It does help to have a functioning thermal cam. Oh yeah, interesting thing about Mama Treats, which I didn't quite touch on while they were eating. Tiny Mama has the interesting thing of a lot of times when you give her treats, she'll sit there and she'll just wait and look around. And I literally say, go ahead, Mama, those are for you. And then she'll start eating the treats. Because, like, after she had the kiddos and the kittens, she would never eat her treats until they all had theirs, which, at the time was 5 kittens before 3 of them left this summer. But she always waits for make sure everybody else has got something to eat. And, like, there's been times I literally have forgotten to say, go ahead, Mama, those are for you. And she'll just kind of sit there, and then next thing you know, somebody will walk up and start eating her treats. And then at that point, I'm like, oh, crap. I, like, take her in another room and give her a little private sesh of treats. Econ 5 Cat. Bryce asks, what lives in the tank? Your mom. No, that's not your mom. That is my snake Orihime. She is a now 17-year-old corn snake. Red corn snake with the buff gene. Paul Byerly says, my old work had a cheap Chinese Victory forklift. Always a flat battery. Turned out the cables were way too small for it to charge properly. Replaced the cables and it was fine after that. Yeah, any kind of the cheaper, weird Chinese forklifts, anything copper is going to be undersized. Or if it's a Toyota forklift, everything copper is going to be undersized and not very waterproof either, not very weather pack. Toyota forklift wiring harnesses they're not great wiring. Like, they really just don't give a shit, it seems like, in their industrial divisions. Rifleman says the drivetrain was a front-wheel drive train placed in a behind the rear window, the driving the rear wheel and place the engine in mid-engine. Okay, that's what I thought it was. I thought it was basically they just flip the car around. Oh, and Chippy, tell Miss J I said, what's up? Give her the little, you know what I mean? Give her that too, if you don't mind. It is 7:30. It is time for a ThermoWhoofle and a hit of strawberry cream fused. Especially if you hold it the right way up. Wanna get high? Ba-dum-ba-dum-bum. Woofler? Hello, Woofler. Hello, Woofler. Hello, Woofle. Jump. What I feel like they fell down a little bit. There we go. Try not to catch my balls on fire, because it burns when I pee. I gotta play with the woofle juice recipe a little bit here. One more. Woofle. All right. A little bit of runoff on that one. Not too bad. And where are we? Whoosh. Fading it back. And yes, just in case you're new here, I have fireproof treatment on the ceiling. Though you should always look when done anyway. But yeah, I'm not trying to burn my house down. I just got the fucking thing back. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? All right. Scruff Dog, tell Randy 1979 Vice Admiral Tiger his name is nice. I actually did that, I think, 2 weeks ago. That's a pretty neat name. It reminds me of Admiral Wolverine Lightning Bolt, which is what I named my old pickup truck. My old 97 Chevy K2500 HD with a 6.5 turbo diesel with a whole, basically everything you could possibly do to it without putting a higher compression ratio in and starting over. Intercooler, turbo, bigger, you know, turn the turbo up, enter the intercooler, new computer, all kinds of shit. Rosemont says, technically the Fiero had potential for rear wheel steering because of the front origin of the entire drivetrain, although steering knuckles were simply locked down. Yeah, I can see that. That makes sense. Herbert says you can't beat that B2 Pro. It's a nice fucking thermal camera. I mean, hold on. I'll switch it back to it here real quick. It's not bad. Like has been said by other people, the resolution of it is good enough, especially if I get out, it may increase the resolution. Can I get out of this easily? No, not really. Can I hide that? Hey, you can see how the less of me, the less of me it sees, the more contrasty all the cold shit gets. So it really is a nice resolution for not needing a visual overlay. And this thing can see like across the street, like no joke. Like I can, like at work, I was showing a couple of the fellas, like I was a good 1,000 feet away from a transformer on the pole, and it was warm. Cars driving by, you can see the brakes are hot and the car is cold. Like, and they were like 500, 600, 700 feet away, and it was clear. And then, you know, you got the macro that you put on this, and then when you look at stuff that's like this far away, it is clear as shit too. Like it really is great for component checking all the way down to surface surface mount stuff. Not a sponsor, just a quality piece of equipment for a really good price. Like, I think they're $250, $280 now, something like that. But for what you're getting, it's better than anything Fleer's got right now, anywhere near that price point. That's why I'm kind of hoping like maybe next year they'll come out with like the next version of that. Maybe something higher, even if it's not a better resolution, something that's just better depth, or better, just some sort of improvement. I may get a second one for work and just leave that one for home use, because as soon as wintertime comes, I'm going to take that son of a bitch and find every leak in this fucking house, and I'm going to plug it, because this house is almost 80, well, yeah, just over 80 years old. I guarantee you it's got some fucking holes in it, because I can feel them. So that's going to be what's nice, and it's really best to do that in the winter, because you get a much more drastic temperature difference, because in the summer, like, you can turn the air conditioner on, it'll be 70 degrees in here and 85 degrees out there. That's only 15 degrees delta variance. So, or well, difference. So the thermal cam isn't going to quite pick it up as much as if you turn the heat up to, say, 75 degrees in the winter, which is pretty warm, and it's like 30 degrees outside. Then you have 40 degrees, 40 to 45 degrees of difference, and you can really see the cracks a lot better. Like, it just makes it a lot more obvious. So it's always easier to find your thermal leaks in the winter time, because it's easier to achieve that thermal difference between the leak and where you are. Mr. A Cake says, no. Can I get a UV spectrum camera? I have no idea where I would even look for that. Isn't that kind of built into regular, like, modern? I don't know a lot of modern sensors see UV. I don't know if there's a way to specifically filter it on phones. I don't know. Rifleman says that's the single most useful money-saving project you can do with a thermal camera. Absolutely. Because I can tell you, if I never used that for anything other than checking the house, the $250 that I spent on it will more than make up for itself once you plug all the leaks in the house. It may take a season, may take, a couple seasons, but it will absolutely pay itself off. And then you got it, and you're going to use it on other stuff. Worst comes to worst, even if you don't use it for anything else useful again, you're going to get drunk or high, hook it up, and start chasing the cats around with it, or chasing your friends around, or who knows, Thermal porn, perhaps. I'm sure that's out there somewhere. I haven't run into it myself, but no pun intended. But I'm sure there is thermal porn. Don't know that I could really get into that. I just think that would be weird. Maybe if they have like the visual overlay, but I still think that would be odd. It may contain, Chipmunk, what may contain you, the thermal porn or a van? Because you kind of got to watch how you're going there. Paul Byerly says, as thermal is a lower frequency, would there be a limit to the resolution of the sensor based on the wavelength? I do not actually know. I imagine it's going to, I would think that lower temperature would be less sensitive at a distance, since it's technically a wider wavelength, which is one of those interesting things when you think about it, like radio waves, light waves, color, like what we're seeing here, sound waves, they're all waves. It's all this pattern, it's all it's all a sine wave pattern. It's all a wave, and it's literally just all the same thing. It's just a different frequency. It's kind of weird when you think that light and sound are basically the same thing. It's just a different frequency. Same thing. So colder stuff would be a wider wavelength, which usually doesn't travel distances as well. Or am I getting that backwards? I think that's right. Yeah, I don't mind. Man, take everything I say with a grain of salt, unless it's something that's groovy and chill, and then it's probably right. But I would think that cold is probably harder to detect from distance than heat. Especially because heat just stands out more on the background. I don't really know what kind of distances you'd be able to get with a thermal cam. I mean, I know we know the FLIR, in helicopters, they have quite a significant difference, or distance. I don't know what that little guy up there would really be, but it seems to be accurate for at least 1,000 feet. Because, like, I've looked down the road and seen shit light up, too. Emissivity, emissiveness, emissivity, I think that's it, Rob. Yeah, how, like, the reflectiveness and the absorption of the surface of the object as well matters. The less shiny, the better. Which you can tell as well with thermal cam. Like, sometimes you look at something and it'll report it being like 500 degrees, and it's like the side of the shiny refrigerator. You're like, that's probably not really that hot. Emissivity, something like that. I think there's more eyes in there. It's actually on the, I think it's actually in the settings here. It's EMISSIVITY. Emissivity. Learned something today? I did too. I don't know. Don't mind me. Sorry. Let's see. Next week's engine, well, like work story kind of one, we'll do the Mitsubishi engine timing. That's a pretty interesting story, I guess. I got some other ones I'm looking into. Like, I already talked about Kevin. National Kevin Day. You got the Mama Treats thing. Let's see what's going on in chat. There's a lot of green. There's some blue. Subharmonics. What's Gassy talking about? Super low frequency is used to talk to submarines on the other side of the planet. Yeah, the lower frequencies do really well in water, apparently. I really need to, like, learn more about that. I'm on, not a sponsor, just a thing. Like, I'm on brilliant.org. I wonder if they have, I assume they would have a class, something about that. Or have that information in a class somewhere. Whales use it too, yeah. Oh, hold on, let me do that right. I'm sorry. Gramshaw, right, guys? I must go to bed. I'm up in just over 5 hours. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Gramshaw. Have a groovy night. Frostshine says, careful, it's Scruff's whale mating call. Yeah, I'm gonna walk into the bathroom. I'll be like a whale at the front door. What's up? Like, all right, yeah, I guess try anything once. Ebnertra000. All I can hear is Dory going, oh, I speak well. Oh, yeah. I haven't watched that movie in a while. I have both of them. Yeah, I haven't watched that in quite a bit. Good movie. That's Finding Nemo, 1 and 2. Or actually, well, Finding Nemo, and then what's the second one's just called Dory, I think, or something like that. Greg Matthews, have you ever had a job where you turned up, took one look, went, nope, it's fucked, and left? Not and left. Well, not immediately, but yes, I have showed up to jobs and gone, what the fuck do you expect me to do with this fucking thing? And then you make the phone calls and you go, you're on fucking crack if you think this can happen. Man, what are, like, I will put that in the, make sure I write that down when I come up with one. I can't always think of the good stories on the spot, so I've been taking notes, like at work. Like I have a Google Keep, like notepad, Google Notepad or whatever, that I've been, as I come up with stories, I'm putting them in there. I will try to come up with a good one for that. God, let's see. No, actually there was, yeah, you know what? There's one that just popped in my head, down the ports. So the Baltimore ports, they are the biggest, well, I mean, it's mid-Atlantic ports. It was run by Ports America. Apparently they just got bought out. I don't know if it's still called Ports America or whatever, but the biggest mid-Atlantic port in the States. And it's like half our equipment, half someone else's. And they had a driver driving a top loader. If you don't know what a top loader is, when you get a moment, just simply look up top loader forklift. It's the big things that pick up the big, like 40-foot, like sea containers. Like they pick those up and they stack them and all that good stuff. Well, someone was driving, wasn't paying attention, hit the brakes, tipped the whole thing over, and this big spreader bar that's on the front hit sideways and it bent the mast. Like the mast is the big straight up and down thing that the forks ride up in. The mast on these trucks, like I assembled, I was part of the team that assembled all these trucks when they first came in. The mast itself is, if I'm not mistaken, 45,000 pounds, which is kilograms is what, 20,000 or 20 kilograms or something like that. So they bent the mast. And when I got there, my guys had already taken it off and laid it on the ground. I got a picture somewhere. Maybe I'll see if I can dig it up. And so you got this mast that's, 50, 60 feet long or tall. Now it's laying on the ground and you just see like say this is the two rails. Like you see this one just like whoop. It was just like, whoa, yeah, that ain't fucking doing a thing. Like, we ain't fixing that. Like, this thing was probably a good 2 feet out of straight. And to give you an idea, okay. So your typical cell phone, like this is a Samsung S21 Plus. Like, all fucking cell phones are about the same nowadays. So the mast rails, the steel that is made out of is this thick, like this thick. And it bent it. It's that thick and it's shaped like a C, like a big C, like almost like a foot C channel. Or actually, no, I think those are about 2 feet. But this giant C channel made of, we're looking at inches thick steel and it just twisted it like butter. Absolutely ridiculous. So that is one, yeah, I took the picture and I to send into like the people that mattered that had to pay the bill, and I went, yeah, ain't no fucking way. Like that was I think that was that $110,000 part, like an assembly. Like you're not you can't just replace one of the rails. Like the whole thing was fucked. I think that was about $110,000, which isn't too bad a price considering a whole truck costs $550,000, and that was in 2019, 2020. It was like $550,000. So that wasn't a bad price for replacing the part of the truck that does all the work. Yeah, they've had some less than optimal driving at times down at the ports that have caused some accidents down there. Let me go ahead. Ports. There's some stories from the ports that we can touch on a little bit. I'm not going to tell them all right now because I'm sure someone will get pissed off, but there's some various stuff down the port. Some stuff I can't really talk about. Some stuff I can. Oh, here's a thing. So I got this space right here. Oop, right. like on this wall. I would love if someone would love to throw out some ideas of what the fuck I should do with it. Should I put like something for the channel, like an overlay there, or like some kind of a poster, like just on the wall itself? Like I don't know what to put there. And like kind of the only people that look at it in that area are y'all, because I'm always looking this way. So like maybe put in the comments or at some point or something neat. An escape hatch. I mean, I could literally just almost step through the plexiglass right here to do that. And I do have a tiny pipe flange hole in the bottom that I could just ooze through if need be. like I don't necessarily like I know like you got some of these streamers, it's funny as shit, like, you know, they'll have like, doesn't one of them have like a dancing like three-toed sloth or something, and like you got some dancing shit here and this over here and that's scrolling here and chat's over here and your mom's up here or down there or, you know, whatever. Like I'm pretty good with just like the lights in the background. I don't want to get too gimmicky on the channel since we're here more to chat than to gimmick it up. But at the same time, like, I mean, there's going to be some gimmicks. Like, let me slide this over. Like, I wouldn't really call that a gimmick, but I know some people call, like, putting your channel supporters, like, oh, it's kind of a gimmick. No, you know, we're channel things. That's kind of what we do. Actually, I got to update that list, obviously. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Like, oh, I was peeing or anything. Nope. Well, we got 4 new members today. That is fucking outstanding. Mr. Planet Man and Christian Hero dropping in some cash. That's good. Oh, speaking of which, you know what? That's forgot. We do have good news for the channel. More shit I found when I was digging in the basement. How about one of those LED walls, says Craig Matthews? That's a possibility. I could even put it on like a hinge so that it sits flat, and then during the stream we could kind of cantilever it out a little bit. But let me show you what I found. Oh, yeah. Back here. But yeah, I could put like maybe put an LED thing there and have it swing out or something. I don't know. But yeah, let me show you what I found for the channel today. It's heavy. Hold on. So, back when I was a drunk, I collected a lot of Jack Daniels stuff, including this old tin. Like, I don't know that it's actually from 1904. I'm pretty sure it's a recreation. I guess you can get the idea what's going on inside. But I found this. I thought it was empty. But son of a bitch, it is full of a ton of fucking change. And a lot of it's quarters. So I'm going to see if my bank accepts loose change or if I have to roll it. And whatever is in this box is going into the channel coffers to get like the Lego stuff and some like games and shit. So since this is bonus money, it will be used strictly for the channel. And as soon as like I catch up and get like, I got to hit a threshold before they like pay me or whatever. As soon as we get that, then I'll start like keeping like a open run of what we're doing for channel cash so that we can vote on things and, you know, get stuff as we need it. Because most of the stuff we get on this channel, we're going to end up voting on. Most likely, I can't see why, at least most stuff. That way we all get fair use, you know. Oh, God. All right. Coinstar. Coinstar takes what, like 7%? Whereas the bank should take 0%. I just need to see how they want it. I do have a shitload of coin rollers in there that I thought also were gone. So maybe one day I'll do the boring, are you fucking kidding me, AMSR clangy, coiny live stream for just rolling coins. I don't know. Some people may actually enjoy that. Who knows? Maybe it ought to be a weird off stream or something. Are we up to 600 subs there, Sam online. I haven't refreshed this page since it started. Oh shit. There we are, 602. Look at that. Well, we had 600 subs, everybody. Let's go ahead and do a toast to finally hitting 600. Now we are on our quest for 666 subscribers. So hey, toast to all you for hanging out. There's still a bunch of you here. That's pretty good. It seemed like the Clive stream was a little slow. I wasn't expecting a big crowd tonight, but there was a pretty good amount of people here tonight. So cheers to you, especially being here hours later. 669, is that sexy Satan? Wow. Should have rolled a joint, but I didn't. That's okay. Let's see if anything's left in this dab. But yes, cheers and thank you to everyone. Whether you're a part of the gaggle or not, your time here is always appreciated. Because you could be out watching porn instead of watching my dumbass. So, cheers. Frost Giant says, Scruffs, this is like a Big Clive Patreon stream, but on a Saturday, so that's cool. Yeah, it is it's just a good speed, especially for a noob like me, because I know I miss a lot of shit, and I'm working on that. Paul Byerly says, are most people here because of Clive? Yes. Just since when I kind of did the filler streams for Clive, I've literally more than doubled my subscribers since I did that. That wasn't the goal. It was literally just to be chill. But I'm suffering the repercussions of just trying to keep everybody chill. Or, that came out wrong. Not keep everybody chill, but like to chill with everyone. To keep the chill on, I guess. Because I know a lot. I need more cannabis. And also know that there were, seemed like quite a few of you just wanted a longer stream. Like, we missed the 3, 4, 5 hour stream, so I have no problem continuing on. I talked to Clive a while ago. He seems cool with it, so that's just what we're rocking out. What's up, Lori? Chipmunk. Wait, this is not porn? I feel ripped off. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, hold on. I don't want you to feel ripped off here. Let me help you with that there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I hope that helps. Refund shit. I have to charge extra for that right there. Only Scruffs. Welcome to the channel. This is the kind of shit you got to deal with. I don't know. I'm just a fucking goofball, and I know I have other goofballs with me. That's just weird. Oh, Herbert wants to refund. Oh, come on. But I need to do the other one? Is like kind of keep it even? And cheers to you, Frost Giant. Thank you for the 5 pounds. Hey, you know what? I'll do a cheers to Frost Giant, to the Chipmunk, to the Goofballs, to all you, and we'll do a triple shot. Well, for me, a triple shot. We'll include the 8 p.m. Toast as well. And garbled users rubbing on their boobles? Booba looba dooba doo. Ebert Nerda, this is the quality content I am here for, and Paul would like me to hurt them. Wow. Cheers to nipple tweaking and to all of you. I'm just going to do one right after the other. Let's see, this is strawberry cream, wedding cheesecake, and this is Skittles. Not Skittles, Skittles. Cheers. Mr. Agic says bum out. 1 body part per stream. Maybe we'll get that booty shake next weekend. This is banned in 4 countries. Is that it? Like, what do I gotta do to get more? You know, whatever. Clive does go shirtless. I am low effort. Oh, don't worry. Once we get some summer streams going on, like, whatever. I just don't see the point of standing here or sitting here with no shirt, like, for hours. Especially when all my hair is coming off my head and going everywhere else. Everywhere. Bum out. Bow, bow. A sexy shower video next. Probably not. We'll do the sexy shower video when I hit 1 million subscribers. How's that? That way I know I never have to do that. Give us what we want and invade Canada. Well, it is part of the ultimate plan is to invade Canada. Just need get some more insiders up there. It'll be pretty good. I mean, worst comes to worst, we can just start sending up faulty wood for the hockey sticks, and then they don't have any way to fight back. What do you think, Lori? Does that sound about right? We do have a Canadian in the mists. A sheep shagger. Richard Parker. Jesus, I had one toke off my friend's vape at the pub the other night, and it blew me away for a couple hours. Then again, I gave up years ago. That will happen. You get a good vape. It will, as I like to say, it will knock your dick in the dirt. God, I've been saying that since I was in fucking middle school, like 35. Wow, almost 35 years I've been using that expression. Hey, there's a mouse in the house again. But I've already sent Mouse the sexy shot. Well, everybody gets personalized videos, you know, like to be very, very personalized, you know. There's the public release, and then there's the Mouse in the house release. And now I haven't come up with the membership level for the sexy shower member level. I'm not sure that I would put that on your calendar to look out for either. But, I mean, I'll let you know. What the fuck was that? And so people got some, like, nasty sounding exhaust in this fucking place, let me tell you. Midnight cooking, says Mr. A Cake. You know what? I'll cook whenever. My sleep schedule's weird anyway. I usually don't go to bed till 2:30. Get up at like 5:30. I actually go to sleep later on the nights that I work the next day than on the weekends. On the weekends, I usually go to sleep around the normal time. I'll get up really early, hang out for a few hours with the cats, and then take a nap, and then like do the stream and watch Clive and shit like that. Whereas during the week, I sleep from like 4 or 5 to 7 or 8, and then from like 2:30 to like 5:30. And that works out really well, because then I can skip, like on Wednesdays when I do the stream, like the gaming stream, I can skip that 3-hour window and I'm not that tired. Then I'll usually go to bed like 1 hour early. For, you know, instead of 2:30, I'll go to bed at like 1:30. And it's usually just enough to top me off, and then I'm good to go. So it's kind of weird. It's been experimenting with it for a while. Chipmunk really hated the experience of pot, but for years it made me hate pot. He had fights with fur over that. I do kind of remember that. This is your body recovering from the work week. Yeah. Christian Harold does. I do 2 12-hour sleeps and 1 6-hour extra depressive nap. Works like a treat. How long do you stay up in between those sleepies? Because that is obviously more than a 24-hour period of time. But I do also know someone on this channel who describes that they have pretty much a 23-hour day. So their like extra hour changes like every day a little bit, which is interesting as well. Everyone's got their own, what is it, circadic or something, circonic, that rhythm, like your body rhythm, your pattern of sleep and awake and awareness. everyone's is a little bit different. And I would say that, yeah, I have circadian rhythm, something like that. It's one of them words, I see it, but I've never actually looked hard enough at it to go, how do you actually say that? But you know what I mean. Yeah, everybody, yeah. Yeah, circadian, thank you. Arcadian? No, I don't think this is like ancient warrior. Arcadian? Weren't they like ancient warrior? Not rune, I don't know. Circadian, says Richard Parker, yes. Yeah, no, like mine, years and years ago, I did kind of the same sleep rhythm and it worked out really good for me. So I've been experimenting with it now and it's working out really good, except it's not as planned as I originally thought it would be. At this point, I just wait till I get tired and then I go, I'll just hit pause and just fucking lay down, or I'll finish what I'm watching and then just lay down and go to sleep. At this point, I don't even set an alarm because I automatically wake up in like 2 or 3 hours. The only time I set an alarm is if I got to go to work, because obviously I don't want to oversleep and fuck that all up. It's a special moment, midnight cooking. Mr. Egg Cake says. Mouse has delayed circadian cycle on my medical record. Mouse does not always sleep on schedule. Christian says sexy cooking with no pants. I mean, I usually wear shorts. Does that count? I don't own any. Is anyone outside the United States, do you get the reference to Postman shorts? Like, I feel like everyone in the States, when you say, yeah, like nice Postman shorts, like they're like the shorts that like most UPS drivers wear. Like I don't have any shorts, any Postman shorts as I call them. Like, I'm sure if you Google that, like it'll probably pop up with like really, really, really short shorts. Or it'll pop up with something about going postal and, you know, funny as they say going postal, you really don't hear many stories about male people blowing other people away anymore. So I feel like that's somewhat of a less relevant expression nowadays, even though they're still being used in games and everything. And Scruff wears short shorts, asks Craig Manuels. I do not. I do not wear short shorts. I usually wear like, I usually if I'm home, I'm usually free balling with like basketball shorts on. And just like a chill, like I have a quote line of t-shirts that are like my chill shirts, just old stretched out shirts. And I try to dress semi-decent for the streams. If I'm going out in shorts, I got boxer briefs, and I'm fucking 46-year-old Gen Xer, so I got my cargo shorts, like my just below the knee cargo shorts, you know. And that's just what we do. How often, Christian asks, how often those Grumman LLV trucks catch fire, like 400 plus, is anything in common from the fires, or there's nothing in common? What? Going Postal by Terry Pratchett, says garbled. Frostshine asks, can I send some Postman shorts to Big Clive? I'm sure I could. I cannot possibly fathom if, oh my God. That would be a treat for y'all exclusively, let me tell you. Woo! The fucker basketball shorts, says Craig Matthews. Just like loose, like polyester, just really loose shorts. Like if you watch basketball, like NBA, American basketball, how like most of their shorts are kind of loose. And like if you watch like, I don't know, like big, loose, very comfortable, smooth, like light shorts. Feels good against the balls. Like, you know, they're not like canvas, like, you know, what was I just talking about? Like khaki shorts or anything. Just a light, smooth polyester kind of deal. Chipmunk says, I have earned the right to wear long trousers. Yes, we all have. It's just some people have also earned the right to wear short shorts, and some people shouldn't. Like, I don't know. I just, it's like, it's the thing, like, I don't mind if you wear short stuff, like body image or anything. It's not like that. It's just something about the specific style of postman shorts of being very formal but very small. It's just like nobody should have to wear that. Like I think actually the postmen are the post people. I'm sorry, the post. Oh, what are they? It's post men and post women. Do they call it post people now? But like, I just feel like that style is just. It's just weird. It's just everything is too straight. Every line is so fucking crisp. It doesn't always look like natural clothing. I don't know. It's just weird. Postal carriers. Okay, yeah. Mail carriers. Yeah, that makes sense. That's another thing. I'm getting used to, like, I've been paying attention to other streamers. Like, it's okay to, like, take a breath. I don't always have to run my mouth constantly. It's okay to have a second or two or whatever break as I'm checking the chat. Chipmunk has not worn shorts since they were 8. I love shorts. I try to wear them all the time. Rifleman says the United States Postal Service has uniform specifications for shorts, and they are not particularly short. In fact, quite formal with stripes and a specific cloth and color. Yeah, they are very specific, like the color and cloth to them. They're just so short. Compared to, I guess it's because I wear cargo shorts, and like back in the day when we were growing up, there was clam diggers, which were like when I grew up, you had shorts, which were just above the knee, and then you had clam diggers, which were like probably 6 inches below the knee, like just really extra long shorts. I kind of like right in between there, and I don't know, I guess like any other fucking old guy, I like having a lot of pockets to stick a bunch of shit in, because I tend to carry a bunch of stuff. Usually got my EDC in one of my pockets, my everyday carry. It's got a bunch of like tiny little almost survival stuff in there, like start a fire, find some food, stitch some stuff, got some band-aids shit in there. I got 10 foot of paracord, a little fire starter, a fire stick. I like just it's in a an Altoids tin that's wrapped up in tape. So I usually have that on me, my wallet, a phone or two. You know, sometimes I'll take my work phone with me, like if I'm on a live stream with Mavis. I'll take the work phone with me because that's what I use to read chat. Keys. A lot of times I'll have an extra battery with me. I generally carry a vape. I don't know. I carry a bunch of shit with me. Greg Matthews says, what's wrong with crisp lines? Do you not press your trousers? I don't iron a fucking thing anymore. And I'm not saying there's a problem with crisp lines. It's just something specifically about postman shorts. It's just too crisp. It's almost artificially crisp. It's like looking at artificial art, like AI art versus human art. Like you can tell that little bit of a difference. Like you don't always get the obvious one of like 6 fingers or fucking like 5 eyes or whatever, but you can tell that subtle difference. It just kind of makes you a little uneasy. For some reason, postman shorts are just too good for the fashion they are. I don't know. I'm weird and I'm fine with that. And I guess we're all we are all our own flavor of weird, and I'm fine with that. Scruff grew up before shorts existed. No, I had all kinds of shorts when I grew up. I just settled on cargo shorts. I have cargo shorts and for when I go out, and like basketball, like, you know, athletic shorts for when I'm chilling here. Mail carriers. Mail carriers. The mail carriers. A leather. Yeah, I have diesel. I have a, what do I have? I have a, which Leatherman do I have? I have a Gerber. I have 2 Gerber diesels. Oh, it was one of the better Leathermans. It's all black. I forget which one it is. I'd probably know if I heard it. No, Zap Sparky. I've not quite tried Bermuda shorts. But I got a feeling it's probably roughly the same material. Lori's going for a puff. Enjoy your puff. I'll have a puff of this strawberry. This is really tasty. This is not a sponsor. I don't. Dude, can you get? I don't. You probably can't get sponsored because of like federal laws. But this is Fused. It's a 1 gram rechargeable disposable of strawberry cream cannabis. Pretty fucking tasty. It's got a really good flavor to it. Scruff Dog, wait, you can just carry a Leatherman anywhere? Like, you don't need all this, a valid reason to do so and shit? No, like, you can carry a Leatherman pretty much anywhere. Obviously, like, restricted areas, government buildings, you know, certain public areas, like, there may be some restrictions. But no, like in public, you can carry a Leatherman or Gerber, like your typical multi-tool. Like you can carry that pretty much anywhere. Like it's just another thing. It's for, I guess, men in America. It's kind of just an accessory for them, I guess. I've not taken my Leatherman not on me on planes. I've always packed it in my luggage. Just because they will take that from you. Because at that point, you can't tell them it's a tool because it's got a blade on it. So that you put in your luggage. It's generally if you're traveling. I don't know if it's any different now. Like, I haven't flown. Ooh, wow. Wow. Like, I don't think I've flown in 12 years. 2011, 2012. Probably 2011. No, 2010 or 2011 is probably the last time I flew. Rechargeable disposable, yes. So basically it's a bunch of cannabis with a cell and a recharge circuit that will be utilized for some other project later, probably something involving lights. Ooh, lights. Or the Jeff light, like the Jeff light I featured last week in the device showcase that I haven't charged since last week, and it's actually on right now. I can just see it. But that actually has that battery's out of an old tablet. I mean, that's like a 10-year-old lithium-ion battery that is still kicking pretty good. Not bad. Greg Matthews, well, like if I had my Leatherman that's only allowed direct from base to site and back, like if I pop to the shops on my way home, I could get arrested for, holy shit. That's rough. That is fucking rough. I've never heard him being that strict on it before, but does Trump carry one? Asks the Frost Giant. Trump doesn't carry anything but fucking douchebaggery. Like, you know what he carries? He carries McDonald's. Like, he can barely carry his own fat ass around. Are you kidding me? That big schlumpy dude. Like, I think it's funny they're trying to say he only weighs 215 pounds. Like, I'm sorry. Like, don't lie. Like, it's not like we're blind. Like, you're old. You're kind of schlumpy. Like, just admit it. It's okay. You're not fucking Trump from 50 years ago. We understand. Like, it's okay that we're going to be calling you schlumpy Trumpy. Like, that's fine. Just wear it like a man. Because you may not have much opportunity to feel like a man. Because you might be going to jail. And I got a feeling you may kind of not. Yeah, you may not have a great time there. Anyway, Mouse says the UK knife laws changed earlier this year. We are now not allowed any fixed blade knife for any reason. Wow. I think in Maryland, if it's a fixed blade, I believe it's 5 inches, 5 or 6 inch limit. I think folding blades are the same. Like, there is some sort of limit, but I mean, I guess kind of the advantage I have is since I work in a trade and I do occasionally need a larger knife for cutting big shit, I can just, if I'm with the work fan, I can be like, it's a tool. But actually, most of my blades, I think I only have one or two that are over 5 inches. I mean, besides my machete, which I guess that falls in a different classification because you can't really pop a machete in your pocket. But I got a folding buck knife. And then a couple like weird, cheapy, gimmicky looking folding blades. But they're all pretty short. Like, I don't really know the different laws between the fixed and folding blades in Maryland. I just kind of carry them and I guess see what happens. Try not to like get arrested and shit. You know. Try not to get too much of an asshole, and I guess it doesn't quite matter. Yeah, I don't know. Oh man. I'm gonna do Italian sausage for dinner tonight. I ordered Chinese yesterday, ate all of that. I'm gonna do Italian sausage, probably put it over some rice. Experiment. I may dice the sausage up too. Like I can buy ground Italian sausage, but I always forget you can buy ground Italian sausage. So I just buy Italian sausage. Like mix it in with a good rice, maybe a good chicken rice. I like mixing my meat. Sorry. Oh yeah, let's see. One. We're gonna try that again. I'm doing the lag test thing. But we're gonna try that. We'll do that a little differently. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. 4-second delay. Not bad. Always helps when you try to count from the beginning. Mixed meat, says Mr. A Cake. My favorite sandwich to make is what I call the farm sandwich because it's got a beef patty, a chicken patty, beef patty, chicken patty, turkey of some sort, usually lunch meat because I like buying turkey lunch meat. I usually get some bacon on there, some cheese, the bread, and some seasoning because that way it pretty much covers the entire farm on one burger. And that is that's generally how I make my burgers. Chicken patty, beef patty, turkey, bacon, cheese, usually cheddar cheese. I like putting cheddar and mozzarella on there. I like mixing my cheeses up a little bit. But yeah, I call that the farm burger. And it works. I usually do that and some french fries. I eat french fries pretty much every day. I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, I don't eat them all day, but I eat at least one thing of french fries a day because I fucking love french fries. I'm not, like, weird about it. Like, I saw... Oh, man, what was that? Some weird obsession... Ooh, sorry. Move that back a little bit. Some weird obsession show. I guess it was... I probably watched it 7 or 8 years ago about some girl that only ate french fries for years. She only ate french fries or freedom fries or choppy potato go slicey fries. And like apparently she was like 17 or 18 and her parents were fine with it. Like I wonder if anybody else saw that, but like it was fucking weird. Like she would make her own fries or she would get like McDonald's or Burger King, but that's it. Only french fries. And like she started to have all these like weird health issues, like no fucking shit. Fucking crazy. Like I like me some french fries, but goddamn, like I gotta have something else. And it wasn't even like she was doing cool shit like fries and gravy. Pizza fries. If you haven't had pizza fries, that's good. Literally just french fries, pizza sauce, cheese and toppings, typically cheese, bacon, onions, really good. Pizza fries, great. Fries and gravy, great. I mean, there's all kinds of shit you can do with french fries. But she did fries and salt. Weird. Rob says, I saw a thing about a similar french fry. It may have been, or may be the same person. I can't imagine there's a whole lot of french fry only eating people out there. Freaky eaters. Is that what that was called? That sounds familiar, Gas Smasher. Is that what that was? Yeah, okay. Freaky Eaters. Yeah, I watched that. I wonder how many. I have to see if that's available for viewing. That was a weird show. There was some other show, like I remember right around the same time, about some dude that was like mad in love with his Pontiac. What kind of car was that? It's a Pontiac Grand Am, like a early 90s maybe Pontiac Grand Am, and apparently he actually like fucked it too occasionally. Like fucking some people, like I know like we're all a little weird, but I know everyone has their own flavor of weird, but when you're like having sexual relationships with your fucking car, like I'm kind of going to say that's way out of my weird range. And I kind of want to stay over here. Like, I enjoy a car. I enjoy my truck. I enjoy my motorcycle. But I don't want to put my dick on them. No dick on vehicle. No dick. No dick. No. Yeah. Rules are made by Sharons. Like, Sharon! Like, Sharon Osbourne, Sharon? Or is that, or Sharon the new Karen? Are we going to start making Karens, like we just call them different words until we finally settle on a new one? Like I get it. I know a couple Karens. I only know one of them that isn't a Karen, which oddly enough, I know 3, and 2 of them are actually Karens. And I did the numbers right that time. I think my dab is dry. I guess we'll go to the next VertoWhoofle here in 4 minutes, and then we'll start to wind down. Maybe shut this stream down about 9 minutes. That'll give us a good 4-hour run, and that way we can hit a VertoWhoofle. Hopefully that soap's acting a little bit better. It's been acting a little weird. But yeah, we'll get a VertoWhoofle in, talk for a couple more minutes. Karens equal virtue signalers. Karens. Scarens? Would that be like, no, Frost Giant, Scarens, that would be when you get that fucking hairstyle for Halloween. Like, what did you dress up as? A Scaren. Like, bam, like you got that shit in like all the gel. Like, I mean, I want to be able to bounce a football off of that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like when you go full ballistic Karen and people start throwing shit at you, that's when they just go, oh, and like that hair comes down and it's like a shield. Like, I mean, we're talking almost Gundam shield force on that hair when they get it right. Especially them veteran Karens. You got to watch that shit. Oh, shit. Chipmunk says, I'm carrying my knife in my pocket till I go to prison. Yeah, they'll probably take it from you at that point. Most likely. Megavoltmeister seems to be having a good time. Excellent. And I am doing well. And we are slowly winding down. We are 70-something viewers. Not bad. Like I said, I was expecting a light viewership today, but seems like we're doing all right. And a lot of you have been here since the fucking beginning of this stream, so fucking good on you. We'll do a toast after the next woofle. Christian asks, how do we feel about Debbie's and Deborah's? The problem is when you say Debbie's, I think of the cartoon Oblongs. If you've ever seen that, it was like a 2-season show on Adult Swim about a radioactive family. And in that one, the Debbies were the Valley Girls. And they were actually, I think one of them wasn't actually too bad, if I remember right. But they're the, like the, oh my gods, look at her butts and all that. Debbie's, I haven't seen, I haven't actually, like in, quote, real life, in person, I don't know the last time I've seen a Debbie. That brings up a good point. We may delay the woofle by a moment or two, but it will come. Having a discussion with someone, and if they can feel free to speak up if they want. Coming from being old and existing pre-internet days, it did become a catchphrase for us older folks that like the people I'm seeing here, like in front of me and all of you, of calling you, oh, they're my online buddies. They're my online people. And then like the dude that like you go hang out with at the bar or whatever. Oh, well, that's my friend IRL. So we all know that expression IRL. Oh, in real life. Clang. There's the microphone. Welcome to my stream. But I had a realization after discussing with someone, you shouldn't call them in real life friends and online friends, because all you people, you all really exist. But I like the person's expression. They said local friends. So like you have your local friends, you got your online friends, your online buddies. It really does make a lot more sense to me. Something I guess to think about yourself as well. It's not that you have real life friends and then online friends. Everyone's in real life. They're just your local friends. And you're out there friends. Not bad. I like that. Woo. Wow, I must have been lagging or something because chat just went zing. Woo. Pen pals. But either way, like we're all friends. We're all buddies. Efault is AI. Hello, Efault. Local friends is better than IRL, says Zane the Magic Puffer. It does make more sense. And yes, Rob, I know that is same here for you. But let's do a VertoWhoofle, and then we'll do a toast, and then we'll roll on. I feel like I was already going to do a toast to something, and I already fucking forgot what the fuck we were talking about. Weird people, Karens, Rob, friends. Zap Sparky, holy crap, what happened there? What happened where? Big hugs, all of you. You too, Frost. Let's go to the Woofle cam. Let's see if the Woofle juice is behaving itself. Kind of weird. All right, where are we at here? Index reference right there. And here we go. Not much better. Getting like not as much foam as I would like. All right. There we go. Kind of shorter woofles. I'll have to work on. Go back to the older recipe and tweak that a little bit more. All right, let us swap it on back. Whoosh. Mystery Technology says, I have several friends that are not local, but I don't talk to them on social media. Yeah, I like the local versus real life. That just seems more fair as well. Tiles are getting sooty, says Gavin Bruce. Yes, they are. There is a bit of a soot mark. I'll get to that one of these days. But for now, it's fine. As long as it's not flammable, which it isn't. So that's always good when you're not burning your house and your studio down. All right, let us do a toast. Let's see. I feel like I said we were going to do a toast to something, but I forget what the fuck I was talking about. I should probably write this shit down. I should probably write notes as I go as well. But we'll just do this. We'll do a toast to friends in general. Friends, family, and happy thoughts. A toast to escape hatches? Sure. So friends, families, escape hatches, and here's a toast to not using carbon fiber to go underwater. Cheers. Yes, Mr. Egg Cake, to the technical family. This foam on the microphone seems to be doing pretty fucking good. Although the squishy pad on the mount has started to, like the rubber pad has started to split. So I'm going to have to kind of keep an eye on that. I'm going to go ahead and hit this one too. All right, everybody. It has been a 4-hour stream. Everything went pretty well. Not a bad stream, everybody. I had an enjoyable time, and I didn't have to use a whole lot of my stories up, so we still got a pretty good list of fucking backup stories. That is pretty awesome. Picked up some new members to the Goofballs again. Let's see, actually, I'm working on credits. Just to kind of do a thing. So let me go ahead and do that as we're signing off. Thank you to the Goofballs, and thank you to all Herbert, Gas Master, Craig Matthews, and Zane the Magic Puffer Driver for joining, and Mr. Planet, Christian Harold, Chipmunk, Frost Giant, and Mr. Egg Cake for donating to the channel. Our next Lego goal is that forklift I was talking about. And, live chat. And we'll figure out what we want to do with video game fundage. So, everyone, thank you. And thank you for stopping by. This Wednesday, I'll be doing a early access release thing as opposed to a live stream, since I do live streams every other Wednesday. And tomorrow, I will be live with Mavis. Whoop, up the butt. Boop. At Loch Raven Reservoir at 1:05 Eastern, 6:05 p.m. UK. So if you're going by Clive time, it would be like 3 hours earlier than Clive, like when Clive normally starts. And we'll fly around the reservoir and through the woods and over the water for like an hour, couple hours usually. And Joe Russ, last minute join to the Gaggle of Goofballs, also part of the early crew. Welcome to the Insanity. You've been here for a while, so you know what you're getting into. So, thanks for hanging out, of course. That gives us, that's a dozen. That is a dozen Goofballs right now. Nice. Yeah, we're building up our Invadian Canadian fund. Hold on. What? I'm going to have to write that down. I'm going to have to go play that back and write that down. That may actually have to become a thing, because I have no idea what the fuck I just said, but that sounded pretty neat. Bring it to Canada. Give it a month or two. It'll work out. Oh, yeah, we'll get up there. Yeah, we can sell Canada for a good price. Canada does typically have nice people, so they tend to go for a good price. And we'll sell most of it. We'll have to see, though, if we're going to like piecemeal it out, like per province, or if we're going to get a better deal if we just kind of lump sell it. But we'll work that out. But thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Thanks to the Gaggle of Goofballs, and yeah, Clang Drink. And I will see you, if you're on Patreon, Clive's Patreon, I'll see you Thursday. If not, I will see you Saturday, or who knows. Every once in a while I do a random stream just to fucking do it. Either way, have a good night. Have a good rest of your weekend. And I will see everyone later. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.